Yes, it is. Had a bit of a scare there.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes.
So, last day. What's that? Determined Hose. Yeah, we're starting with that, right? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Lake Balaton in Hungary for day number 4 of the 2021 ICF SUP World Championships. My name is Mathieu Astier from TotalSUP.com, and I'm with Mike Euchre from Stand Up Magazine. We are going to have an action-packed morning of technical race, semi-finals and finals. In all categories, there's going to be a lot of action on our screens today, right, Mike?
Aloha! That is right, Mathieu. Looking at the sheet here, every heat counts. Every heat is a semi-final or a final, so everything counts. It's either you're moving on or you're out. And that is going to be the reality here coming up in just a very few minutes. At exactly 9 o'clock, that's in 4 minutes, we are gonna be starting with the Masters 50 plus semi-final number 1, followed by semi-final number 2, and then the progression of the day will pretty much follow this pattern. 50 plus semi-finals, 40 plus semi-finals, juniors semi-finals, then moving on to the ladies excuse me, at 9:48 we are gonna have a semi-final women number 1 with the open. So the older guys get to take a break before the next semi-final, and then we have the ladies here, and then there's open men semi-finals. So hold your horses there, people. Get your coffees, get your viewing party started, because at 9:48 it's down to the business here with the open ladies. And then they get to take a break, and about 10:30 then we have the Masters women with their semi-finals, and the 40 plus and the juniors, and then we're back in action with the open women. We are going to have a final C there just before lunch break, and then we're going to take a break here. We have an hour lunch break at noon, and then from 13 hours, from 1 o'clock on, it is one final after another.
Yes.
Wow, Mathieu, what are you going to say? We had such an amazing 3 days so far.
Yes, it's been amazing. Lots of new faces, and it's a good thing you mentioned the open women, because yesterday we had 2 new faces on the top of the podium in the sprint. 2 Russian ladies, Natalia Noviskaya, Elena Prokhorova and Natalia Noviskaya won gold and silver yesterday in the sprints. April Zilg won the bronze. 2 new faces. Elena Prokhorova also was 3rd in the long distance just before that, and we look forward to seeing those ladies race later on today in the technical race. But the boys, the 50 plus men, are starting to get online for their semi-final number 1.
Yes, taking stage. Yeah, we have some usual suspects that by now we are very familiar with their names. Lane number 1 here, Peter Mühlhauser, doing really well in the long distance there as well. So we have him. We have Andrzej Sriewinski, and I'm still battling with these names, from Poland. Andreas Kammerer from Germany, lane number 3. Gerd Weisner, we've been talking about him in lane number 4. Mark Forrester, how can we not know Mark Forrester? I feel like I'm halfway his friend now too. You know, I really feel like, wow, if I ever see this guy, like, I'm gonna have a beer with him. And then of course Ophir Rahm, we know his name. Thomas Straubel from Germany again, and then Gary Van Rooyen closing up there in lane number 8, and they're just about to get out of the gates. Wow.
Absolutely, since the white flags are up, as you can see, it's a matter of microseconds now before they start. Mark Forrester in the middle, lane number 5. The top 4 guys will qualify for the big final, and the rest will go to the B final set. There will be a small final in the 50 plus men division. Great start by Mark Forrester right there in the middle on his own. Is in the lead. You've got that SIC board in lane number 3. That's Andreas Kammerer, who's in good position as well. Mark Forrester from SUP Barcelona still in the lead. You also have Andrzej Siriaski from Poland now in second position, perhaps in first position, as Mark Forrester is losing a bit of ground. But all you have to do in this semi-final is to qualify in the top 4 positions in order to move on to the big final. Mark Forrester paddling hard, as well as Andrew. There's going to be a big fight for position 3 and 4, but it looks like lane 1 and lane 4 are going to make it, and 3, 6, 7 and 8 are really left behind now. So it's 1, 2, 4, and which one is the last one? 1, 2, 4. So Mark Forrester, Andrew, Peter Mühlhauser. Oh, there's a 4 there, lane number 2, Andrew. Andrzej Siriaski from Poland.
Oh, what an upset, what an upset. Oh, that's a tough one.
Obviously, we're commentating this as if it was a sprint, but it's not. It's the fight to that first buoy, which is so crucial in a 1K race. And who's taking the lead now? It's
number 4.
Number 4.
That would be Gerd Weisner. That is in the lead. We did not see that coming as they were sprinting.
No, absolutely.
And now we are getting a little bit a train going there as we are coming around buoy number 2. 2 starboards following Gerd Weisner there. So that's number 5.
That's Mark Forrester from Barcelona.
So we have number 5 and the second starboard. We are waiting to see a number again there on the screen so we can identify them for you. But look at this. I've been kind of waiting for Gerd to make a move here all week long, because he is a dominant guy in his age bracket in Germany, and not just also with the younger guys. So here we go. But Mark Forrester, he's a strong guy. And there's lane number 1, Peter Mühlhauser in the 3rd place, and in number 3 there, Andreas Kammerer.
Okay, it looks like Andrzej Siriaski, lane number 2, lost a bit of ground with that fall. Here he comes. In last position now. Andre had a very good start. Obviously, you have, while we were commentating as if it was a sprint race, that first stretch of water, 200 meters, all the way to buoy number one is definitely a key element to reach first position too, because there's so little ground for to overtake between the six other buoys. Obviously, you've got that 150 meter stretch of water in the very last stretch of the race. That and lots of things could happen there, especially if a group of paddlers are packed together. So 1 to 4 is really the position that is what each of these athletes has to look for in this first semi-final, with Gerd Weissner
and then we have
still in the lead.
Peter Mühlhauser doing. He was just leaving the screen, taking a really wide turn, struggling with his frontside pivot turn there. Not good, because we have number 3 there. Andreas Kämmerer is really able to take advantage there on a tight turn.
So you've got your top 4 right now.
That cost Peter quite a bit here. That actually cost him his 3rd place, because it looks like. But actually, I'll take that back. He's a very strong forward paddler, minus the buoy turns. So he's still establishing a little bit of a lead there over Andreas Kämmerer. But boy, that buoy turn did cost him some very valuable meters.
Yeah, and Mark Forrester, that has just passed buoy number 6 here, got a silver medal in the sprints in his age group yesterday. Congratulations. We're going to talk a lot about Spain again today, because there are so many very good athletes coming from that country in these ICF SUP Worlds. And Mark Forrester is in good position now to shine again in the big final. That is, if he doesn't make any mistake at this 7th buoy and in the last 150 meters to the finish line.
And here they come, yeah.
All right, it's going to be a battle now between Andreas Kämmerer in 4th position right now, and potentially the guy behind him, paddling hard to try and catch up. But Andreas on the SIC Maui board looks pretty strong enough anyway to maintain his 4th position. Well, it's coming back fast in the back. That's lane number 7, Thomas
Straubel
from Germany.
But yes, it's a sprint race here for that last qualifying position for the big final. I would call the first 2 guys are safe. Barcelona and Germany are safe. Switzerland also looks safe, and I don't think Andreas Kämmerer can be caught here. So sadly, number 7 just missing the cut there. That's Thomas Straubel. He will go to the rest with everybody else to the B final.
Yes, as well as Ophir Ram, who's done some great racing so far, will be left out of the A final. Gary Van Ruyen from South Africa, as well as a very unfortunate Andrzej Siwerski from Poland, who had a very unfortunate fall at buoy number 1 after having a great start. That's really unlucky, but he's got a chance to race again in the B final, and he will be part, of course, of the overall ranking, taking part in this competition. Wow, what a great start!
That was a nice start. Good job, boys. That's putting a really
so
good job, good show. Fast guys.
Absolutely, they started so fast. You know, I thought they were going for a 200-meter sprint.
Yeah, now it's down to the wire. It's down to the business. Now you can smell that podest. You can smell the podium, and if you want to be on it, today's the day to grind it out. And we're already seeing the starter list for the next heat coming up, and again, more familiar names. We have another long distance podium there with Guido Donze, and then of course the 2 Spaniards with Daniel Pares. And
Daniel Pares is the favorite But
Yeah.
we might have a battle between Mark Forrester and Daniel Paris, because I spoke to my friend Mark Forrester this morning, and you know, he's definitely going for it. He finished 5th in the long distance, 2nd yesterday in the sprints, and who knows, he might end up at the top of the podium. He's definitely going to give 100% later on in the big final. He's just qualified for. The white flags are ready. Watch out for Daniel Pares in lane number 5. He's won it all so far, every single heat, every single race. He's got the best start right away.
Getting a good start there.
On that NSP, that's Daniel Pares.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Oh, he's strong. Look at this guy.
He's very, very strong. Got the best start. He's
Look
going
at
to
this. Just
secure.
by his board length, he just out of the gate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'll be dominating.
Yeah, I really like his posture on the board. Very, very efficient. Probably borrowed from watching a lot of Titouan Puyol's action there, actually. And he's got the same board anyway. The NSP, Daniel Pares, a very prominent figure from the Spanish SUP scene, from Alicante, more precisely from Santa Pola in the Alicante region in the south of Spain, and the organizer, among other SUP activities, of the World SUP Festival. He's got a huge lead already, more than 10 meters, reaching that first buoy. So it's the battle really is going to happen behind him between Miguel Martorell in 3rd position right now, as well as Michal Bratner from the Czech Republic, and in lane 6, that's Giorgio Maggi. That's a name we've seen a lot as well in the past 4 days.
And Guido Donze is just in 5th place there, our buddy from Switzerland, with lane number 7. And you know who's disappointing me here right now is actually my buddy here, Fritjof. He looked really strong yesterday in the quarter, and
he's he's on his knees.
Oh boy.
Fritjof is on his knees. All right, you're right. Something's wrong with Fritjof today. He looks a lot more agile and efficient, especially in short distances like that. So it's well, he's going to have to come back in the next 800 meters if he wants to qualify for the big final of the 50+ men category. But in front, Daniel Pares, as always, is in front with a huge margin. Now maybe 30 meters.
Oh yeah,
he's in front of Michal Brantner from the Czech Republic. Here he is, as well as Miguel Martorell. So 2 SIC boards chasing an NSP board, and in 4th position, Giorgio Maggi. Oh, it looks like
Guido
lost some ground and lost a couple of places there.
Yeah, he really wants it. He was on the podium. He's a strong 50+ guy. He's in 5th position right now. I'm not counting him out quite yet. He is just on the heels there.
And he can make a huge comeback, especially on that last stretch of water of 150 meters. It's a straight line to the finish line after buoy number 7. So let's see if Guido, who's been shining for the past 4 days, can make it to the big final. We definitely expect him to reach the first 4 position.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, Daniel Pares just a class on his own.
Absolutely.
He'll feel very confident going into this final coming up. And who knows, maybe we'll see a great battle between him and Gerd Weisner, the winner from the last semi-final. So that's gonna be all this morning, guys. Excitement's coming. This is just the last filter stage before it is all about podiums. And we see there Guido. I know that was Dominic Palmer. I apologize.
Look at that huge gap.
He's just gone.
Between Daniel Pares and Michal Brantner. Actually, I quite like the style of Michal Brantner. This is an athlete that I know very, very little about. And he's got some very good technique in position number 2. He's securing right now a 2nd position, passing the 6th buoy. Miguel Martorell, the very, very long distance paddler. The guy's used to 100 kilometer plus races. Well, he's now doing a 1K race and is looking good as well in third position right there. But the battle is on between that starboard and that RRD board. In the back, only the top 4 go through, so the RRD board is going to have to make a move if he wants to qualify. The sprint is going. Oh, he's taking the inside. That the RRD board is taking the inside. There's going to be the battle.
Now it's a chance.
In the back between lane number 8, Dominic Palmer on the RRD, and the sprint is on for 4th position. Watch out, Miguel Martorell, because these guys are coming back fast. On to you, Miguel Martorell in 3rd position, and yes, already the RRD board is in front, and Miguel Martorell is losing a lot of ground here. The camera needs to look at what's happening in the back. Yes,
big battle going on. Big
battle for place number, well, maybe 2 now, because Michel Bratner is in sight of these board's noses, and actually Michel Bratner is still strong ahead with maybe a board difference, and Miguel Martorell is gonna have to fight hard. That's what he's doing now. He's realizing that the guys from the back are coming back up quickly, and Dominic Palmer did manage to get in front of Giorgio Maggi. Unfortunately for the Italian, the A final is out of sight now, finishing in 5th position. He's really disappointing with himself. Disappointed with himself actually on his knees, and very gutted. But what a comeback from Dominic Palmer, the German.
Yeah, good job. And sadly,
on the RD.
Sadly, Fridtjof Guido going to the small final, as well as Henrik Carstens from Denmark, which we learned a little bit about from Boothie yesterday, how they pedaled.
Well, we're actually watching. We were watching a second ago, buoy number 7, and that's, you know, Giorgio Maggi should have really secured the inside of that last buoy.
Yeah.
He was a little bit wide, and Dominic Palmer, the German, took advantage of that, placed his board nose right between the can, and Giorgio Maggi's board, and sprinted his heart away to the finish line. And what a beautiful finish, and very unfortunate ending for Giorgio Maggi. But there's still 1 race to go for him to enjoy Lake Balaton in the B final. And let's check out the time. 5:39. That's way slower than yesterday.
And let's see what Daniel Perez, what his time was, because that might give us a little hint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get it. We're looking at the next heat then.
Andres.
Well, let's just keep mental note. 5:39. Okay, you guys on the screens too. 5:39. Remember that. If you're watching, think about 5:39.
All right, white flags are up, and we've got Michael Frosch in lane number 8 there, just in front of us, and Andres Pelik, Thomas Jenster, Victor Zollner, Olivier Darumerlu, the French guy, Salvador Mora, Iker Barardubio, Artem Ramenko, Michel Frosch,
pulling off the start line right now, and we have number 3 there looking strong on the 1 board. Yeah, that's Victor Zollner. He's got just a nose length, and then number 7 there kind of getting into the screen, which is Artem. So, but this is always a very deceiving camera angle, guys. If you're watching this on your screen, it's like we see what you see, and then we look out the window and trying to gain a little bit of a better angle from our point of view. But it looks like right now it's a battle between 5 and 3 for that first buoy turn.
Watch out for Olivier Darumerlu. He's got a very slow start reaction, but as soon as into action, is coming back up now. He's actually a little bit bothered by the 2 front guys' wake. Iker Bararubio is just behind him. That crucial buoy number 1 is in sight now, and you're going to have to position yourself very much on the inside if you want to preserve a good position. Someone is coming back from the outside, and that's lane number 7, Artem Avramenko. That's a very strong paddler that we've seen on the podium yesterday. Olivier Darumerlu in 3rd position. We still have Salvador Mora from Spain in reaching buoy number 1 in first on the NSP, followed by Victor Zollner from Hungary, into Olivier Darumel, who's got the inside, as I was saying, shoulder to shoulder with Artem Avramenko from the Ukraine. Iker Bararubio is not very far behind. Is actually in 5th position, and now fighting hard for that 4th position. Now there's a big battle going on between Artem and Iker to reach buoy number 2, and Iker has got the outside on this one, but it's not. It's a pretty wide angle a buoy turn, so he's still got his shot, and he's actually like not battling out as much as a few seconds ago. But being on the left, he might have the inside advantage there. So the big battle in this at this stage is really for place number 4, as we can see, because the level between these guys is pretty even. Of course, when you're in front, you're pretty secure. You just have to make sure not to make any single mistake, because any mistake at this stage can be very, very costly, right, Mike?
Yes, and then the disappointment really gets bigger, because now it's not like you're like, yeah, you know, I got a second chance, or you know, I can muscle my way back up. Now it's like you're either out or you're in the small final, so no podium for you. So even if you're 4th, that's still a podium chance. 5th, no podium chance. So that is definitely something that these guys, it's got to be going through these guys' heads. Particularly Artem and Iker are still side to side as they're coming to buoy number 4, while it looks like number 1 is pretty safe, that the guy up front that's doing super well.
Yes.
But Iker and Artem are, their last word is not spoken there, and there's like number 5 coming around the buoy there.
Well,
little struggle.
Both of them. I know both of them. I know Iker more because I've been training with him in Barcelona for many years, and both of them are very good. Artem has shown that he's a very, very strong finisher, and Iker, I just know that he's got a lot of stamina, and he's also very quick in the sprint. So we should have that big battle for 4th position, but right now the advantage is definitely for the Ukrainian, who's in 4th position, just behind Olivier Darumel, the long distance world champion du monde, Olivier Darumel in 3rd, and that battle is raging at buoy number 5 with the inside here for Iker, who's pushing really, really hard and trying to catch up with the Ukrainian, who's got the advantage. Olivier Darumel is now in 2nd position. It looks like Victor Zollner is losing some ground, so who knows? We could have Artem Avramenko taking over the Hungarian. Victor Zollner, look at the way he's paddling. He's got very short strokes, and it looks like he's losing a little bit of stamina there. So Olivier Darumel now in 2nd position, Victor Zollner in 3rd, Artem Avramenko coming back onto the Hungarian. Iker Barbarubio is not very far behind in 5th position, so a lot could happen between those last 3 names in the at buoy number 7. Here it comes, Olivier Darumel. He has to secure that buoy 7 and then all the way to the finish line. The battle is on for now. Stick to these 3 guys now, because it's happening. Artem Avramenko in 4th position right now. Iker Barbarubio, now you have to put yourself in sprint mode and paddle out to the finish line. Leave nothing behind, because this is your big chance to reach the big final. Victor, someone fell. Who's that? Someone fell. It looks like Iker Barbarubio is currently in 4th position. Yes, Iker Barbarubio in 4th position. Victor Zollner has disappeared from our screen. No, here he is. Here he is. Artem Avramenko suffered a big fall. We've got 1, Salvador Mora. 2nd, Olivier Darumel from France. 3rd, Victor Zollner from Hungary. And 4th, Iker Barbarubio. I told you that a big battle would happen between these guys, and unfortunately for the Ukrainian, Artem Avramenko, he after the buoy, not while turning, but after the buoy, he took a dive and lost his very, very precious 4th position. He's finishing last right now. We see Salvador Mora on the screen. Wow, heartbreaking for the Ukrainian. He had done the job until the very last stretch of water, and actually after that buoy we need to see that fall again. What happened there?
Yeah, I actually didn't happen to catch that fall. I was looking out the window, and I did not see that fall, but that's just, yeah.
It's
that's
just
like so
disappeared
late in
from the
game.
screen. His head was underwater. Here it comes. Here it comes. Iker Babardibio. Oh right, he went too wide and lost the battle there. Too much pressure, maybe.
That's, yeah,
He's
that's
trying to recover. He's so slow in the recovery.
that cost him the final.
Absolutely on the Mistral. Very unfortunate for our Ukrainian friend Artem Avramenko, who definitely deserved to be in that final. But so did Iker as well, battling out very hard for that fourth position and therefore qualifying. So 3 Spaniards from this race, or two Spaniards from these top 4 guys. Going ahead to
And look, now
to the
we
big
have
final.
Daniel Perez time up, 5:21, and we
18
had
seconds.
Gert. That is far faster than Gert was.
Absolutely.
So I think we have a little bit of a prediction here.
Yeah.
With Daniel Perez possibly in for a gold medal. And then look.
Hold on.
In the 50
it's not
plus.
over yet. We have to, Olivier Darieux-Merlou played it really wise. He just secured the second position and stopped pushing after that.
And what time did we have for him? So let's see. Let me refresh the screen here. Olivier Darieux-Merlou, 25:19.
No, you're right. Daniel Perez is in the 50 plus division. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm mixing categories here. You're absolutely right, Mike. And the white flags are up for the next race.
Yes, and we have Peter Weidert in here, and that's my favorite through in this category for the man. He looked massively strong yesterday. He was in the sprints untouched, and I think he's going to put down the hammer here on his signature yellow-black board here that we can spot so easy out of the crowd. But do not underestimate also our friend here, Martin Teichmann on the Sonoma
This
board.
looks like a final to me, Mike.
Yes,
All these
look at
names.
these guys. Yes, there's definitely some names in here.
Michael Roger,
Yeah.
Thomas Lelowitz, Thomas Varnas, Martin Teichmann, that you just said, as well as Peter Weidert. This is and Attila Hubik, Timo Hager, and Jan Slamek.
Yeah.
This is a big one, I'm telling you guys, and only 4 of them are going to make it to the big final.
And Peter is dominating here, followed by his countryman Martin Teichmann on the Sonova here in lane number 4. So, but number 7 there, very
Thomas
close.
Lelowitz,
He's just gonna get. He's just a little bit far out for that buoy turn.
Yeah, Michael Roger
he
in
needs
third
to come in.
position
He
in the
needs to
draft.
come in, which he's doing right now. He's closing in, but he's falling a little bit behind. But that buoy turn, I don't know if I'm watching out of the window or should I watch on the screen. It's like, there's so much going on.
Martin Teichmann in
Good
second
job.
position here. Thomas Lelowitz in third position, but on the outside, Michael Roger very well positioned here. And in fifth position, someone losing a lot of ground. It looks like
That's
the
Michael
top
Roige,
4.
number 3 there. He was struggling a little bit with his buoy turn, falling back into, I want to say, 7th position there, maybe.
Michael Roger is in 4th right now.
Oh, I apologize.
Actually. And maybe in 3. I can't really see the fifth
Lane number
guy.
3 in green.
That's Michael Roger, and is in 3rd position right now. I need to find out who this guy is in 5th position,
Oh, that's
because
the guy I was mistaken.
the battle is going to rage as he's approaching the tail of the guy in the 4th position, and that's Thomas Lelowitz. Well done, Michael, on securing a 3rd position so far. Thomas Lelowitz from Slovakia in 4th.
Number 7, Thomas Lenitz in 4th, and then he lost his.
That's Timo Hager. Timo Hager 440.
Okay, in number 5 in 5th position. Okay.
Yeah. Timo Hager from Germany, but in front, unsurprisingly, we've got Peter Weidert, who's won the sprints yesterday in this category. A really fast paddler, very secure position here. Martin Teichmann, a bit more agile. In second, Michael Roger, looking good there on the Sonova. Hello to Martin Janke, founder of Sonova, watching from Thailand. And the battle, just like for the other heats, is on for that 4th position, because this is where the tension is at its climax.
Yeah, it appears that every heat that we've been watching, place number 1, 2, and 3 seem to have been pretty clearly sorted out, and then there is a gap, and then the battle starts with the middle field to the back field, and we're looking like we've got the same thing going on. The top 3 looking good on their buoy turns, and then we have Thomas Lenowitz still in the 4th place, as the gap keeps growing actually there. And the guys in the back are definitely, they know they're not going to go to the big final. I can definitely see that. Peter Weidert leading nicely, got a good pace going. We have Martin Teichi that had a good pace going, and they're just coming now close to buoy number 7. Very nice rhythm. We can see the distance between all of these guys is about a board length between number 2 and 3. Peter Weider probably about 2 board lengths, and then the 4th position there with number 7 with Slovakia's is also
Thomas Lenowitz.
but he is not safe, because number 5 Timo Hage, he is in attack mode and he's closing in on his tail. I can see it here. I'm looking out of the window now. As you guys can see what's going on the screen. So the last word is not spoken there.
The battle is now for 4th position. Timo Hage trying to
catching on the, oh, there he went
making
in.
a fall.
He caught on his leg, his nose caught the leg, and he fell in. I just caught that, and that cost him the final there. He's not on his feet fast
even
enough.
Starting again, absolutely. And Thomas Lenowitz is keeping his 4th position.
And there you have it. That now we know the first 4 is coming through. That was too bad for Timo. He was just getting the smell of it on maybe making the finals, getting caught between the legs with his nose just slightly there, so not like severely, but it's enough to knock him off his board.
Looks like Thomas Lenowitz is 1 race away from enjoying a bit of Slivovica from Slovakia, the national alcohol. As I can see a few Slovak watching the stream. Reaching now the 4th position, Peter Weidert. Very, very strong paddler, won the sprint yesterday, but unfortunately for Timo Hage, for Attila Hubik and Jan Slamek and Thomas Varnas, the show is over. No, it's not over. They're going to the B final later on. So.
And the time I want to look at is at Salvador Mora's time for 5:18 in the first heat, the first semi-final. There you go. There you have it. And then he's hugging his nose and yeah. Oh, what a bummer.
Give the All-Star a big hug, because you don't want it to go away too fast. But yeah, despite that very quick reaction, he was a little bit too slow in getting back up, especially after a 900 meter sprinting his heart out. Very, very difficult to recompose and get back into sprint action.
And here we have it. Peter Weidert's time is actually just 5 seconds slower than Salvador Mora's time from the previous semi-final. So that's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play it. Martin Teichmann in the 2nd place with 5:27.69, comparing to Olivier Darrier-Merlieu. He's faster than Olivier. So look at you guys. This is going to be interesting. This is like we get some nice little data to work with here. Maybe trying to do a little bit of a prediction here. But if Martin keeps getting is strong like this, we might have a German-French podium there. A German-French-Spanish podium. So that'd be actually kind of cool to see.
Yeah, it looks like they are there are 5 strong guys.
Yeah, they are.
For 3 podium places, and it's all gonna happen today, later on. So make sure you stay with us, especially now as we've got the junior men technical race, semi-final number 1. About to take place. We're switching board size, and we're moving down to 12.6 on inflatable boards for these juniors. A couple of Czechs, a couple of Spanish, 3 Spanish actually, and 3 Spanish against 3 Czechs actually, 1 German, 1 Hungarian, And Aaron Sanchez, I recognize his style.
Yeah, he's our boy. He's the surf stance boy.
Well, that's Lucas Trujillo, but Aaron Sanchez has got the best start. So the Spanish boys are ruling in this very, very first stage of the race. Aaron Sanchez taking first position. He won the gold medal yesterday in the sprints. Aaron Sanchez positioning himself there on lane number 7, trying to be in the best position possible as he reaches buoy number 1, but the buoy is still very much far ahead, about 100 meters now to go. Nicolas Trujillo in his draft in second position. We've got Wojtek Seidenglans, who did really, really well yesterday. He had, I'm almost going to say, an unfortunate third place because he was very, very close to finishing second yesterday in the sprints. But he is there in good position. The top 4 are Wojtek, Aaron Sanchez, Nikos Trujillo, and that guy in lane number 2, that's Imre Ksanki from Hungary. So 2 Spanish boys, 1 Czech and 1 Hungarian. And Antonio Serra in lane number 4 is going to have to do something extra special in the next 800 meters or 900 meters in order to secure that 4th spot to qualify for the big final. Sebastián Nicolas Trujillo almost loses his balance. Antonio Serra from Spain is taking a huge advantage of that. There's a battle for second place, and Antonio Serra, who was in 5th position, is now in 2nd position on the NSP there. There's a huge battle going on, and who's being left out? It's the Imre Ksanki from Hungary, who's now falling back to the 5th position. Antonio Serra in 2nd, virtually equal with Wojtek and Nicolas Trujillo. 2 Spanish boys and 1 Czech chasing another Spanish guy, that's Aaron Sanchez, pretty comfortable in front, but the big battle is on in the back. Woo!
Yeah, you got this one nailed there, Mathieu. Wow, this is exciting. This is exciting stuff. And these juniors know this is a huge platform for them. This is where they can showcase and probably some brand scouts watching, looking at the future here as the Spanish storm pretty much continues here in the 18 and under junior range. Amazing.
Right, Aaron Sanchez, a gold medal in the sprints, who he also, I don't want to say anything stupid, was he 3rd in the long distance? I'm not entirely sure. There were 3 Spanish boys in the long distance on day number 2. Lucas Simoncelli won that. He's actually coming up next in the 2nd semi-final. But Aaron Sanchez definitely won the sprints yesterday, and with a huge margin, actually. Very, very strong sprinter. Very bulky type of paddler, and he's in front, and it looks like Antonio Serra in 2nd position there on the NSP, followed by Wojtek. So the field is spreading itself a little bit more now as we are reaching buoy number 5. So Aaron Sanchez in front, easy turn, but Wojtek is coming back fast on to Aaron. Nicolas Trujillo now in 3rd. It's not Antonio Serra, who actually lost a couple of places there. In 4th position we have, I believe that's Imre. I didn't see his lane number, but because I see Antonio Serra in 5th position, I can only guess that's it's the Hungarian right now in 4th. So Antonio Serra, who missed a big shot yesterday, he missed the big final, but he won by a huge margin his B final, his small final. He's got to make a move now if he wants to not repeat the problem he had in the sprints. But right now he's in 5th position, and Imre Ksanki from Hungary is hammering down. He's paddled into the water, while Aaron Sanchez now reaching the 7th buoy, 7th and last buoy. No mistake there. Wojtek from the Czech Republic, Nicolas Trujillo in third, and now the sprint is on between Antonio Serrera and Imre Xanki. Two NSP boards, but only one position left, and Antonio Serrera is losing a bit of his balance in the wake here and losing a bit of ground, while Imre Xanki knows that he's got a very, very strong sprinter behind him. There's a 100-meter to go. A lot could happen in the next 20 seconds as Antonio Serrera is gaining a little bit of ground. Wow, check this out. First position is obviously Aaron Sanchez. Easy, but the fight is
4 and 6 are like, oh my gosh.
Between lane number 6, not lane number 6, it's Petr Rolena. I got that wrong. That's Petr Rolena. Imre Xanki disappeared from the race earlier on, so Petr Rolena qualifies now in 4th position, and Antonio Serrera does the same mistake that he did in the sprints. He's going to go for final B, and he's probably going to win that final B with a huge margin, just like he did yesterday in the sprints. But that's heartbreaking from Antonio Serrera from Noha. He's gutted now. He's speaking to himself, and what is wrong with this event? What have I done wrong not to be able to qualify for the big finals in either event? That's heartbreaking. He had a very, very good move in the first buoy, but the Spanish boy from Noha, Cantabria, is going to have to show up next year in Poland, in Gdynia, for the ICF SUP Worlds 2022, and we will be very happy to commentate potentially his podium there if he's got 1 year to work and to potentially do better than what he did this weekend. Wow, a little bit disappointed for Antonio, but well done, Aaron Sanchez, proving once again that he's the fastest sprint and technical racer until now. And coming up, the second semi-final, Mike.
Yes, this is the second semi-final coming up here, and well, we have more Spanish names on the list here with Luca Simonelli.
The sprint, the sprint champion, the long distance.
We remember his name very well, Manuel Oyuela. Did I say that right?
Manuel Oyuela.
From
Suances in Cantabria. Vamos, Manuel. This is the kid I like a lot.
Two local boys here, Janos Presti from Hungary in lane number 2 and lane number 3, Dominic Blasco.
False start, Mike, sorry to interrupt. False start.
Oh, I was looking at the roster here. Okay, false start. We haven't seen that many false starts, huh? This is like the 3rd overall?
Yeah.
Is that my memory?
4th, absolutely. And who did that false start? I'm not entirely sure, because maybe lane number 2. Janos Pesti, he definitely had the quickest reaction from what we've just seen, but I'm not entirely sure. Luca Simoncelli is your world champion in long distance from 2 days ago. He's also a very, very good sprinter. And Manuel Oyuela in lane number 4 is going to give his 100%, of course, to reach that first buoy. I remember Tristan de Klerk racing really well yesterday.
Yes, yeah, he earned his spot here in the second semi-final, no questions asked. Well, everybody did, you know. We have everybody that is here. They are in this semi-final for a reason.
And lane number 8, Jan Giric angling his board straight away towards that buoy, and perhaps cutting a little. Oh, someone says taking his knee. Taking a knee, and that's Jakub Buska from the Czech Republic. But in front we've got Manuel Oyuela, who's got a very, very good start in lane number 4. Next to him, a little bit behind, that's Luca Simoncelli on his right, and in lane number 3, Dominic Blasco from Hungary on his left. So that's your top 3 from what we can see on our screens. Tristan de Klerk, we know he's a very, very good finisher. not the best starter, but a very good finisher. So he could do something maybe in the second half of the race, losing a lot of ground here. While yeah, you got that Fanatic board. Is it a Fanatic? I'm not entirely sure.
I see two red ones. Yeah, those are the.
So two starboards in front with Manuel Oyuela and Lucas Simoncelli from Spain.
Tristan grinding in his fifth place.
Janos Pesti in third. I believe that's the guy who did the false start earlier on. In third position, the fourth position right now is Dominic Blasco. So two Hungarians chasing two Spaniards. And in the back, in fifth position, on the inside, that's Tristan de Klerk with the long hair there. There we go.
And again, it is kind of a battle of the guys in the back. We have two dominant Spanish up front, and then it is Tristan de Klerk there that is inching up to lane number. And can you tell me what that number is? I really need to bring my glasses.
Tristan de Klerk, lane number 1.
Yeah, he's lane number 1. But who was in fourth position? One of the local boys, yeah.
Yeah, lane number 3. That's Dominic Blasco from Hungary.
Blasco. So there you have it. It is once again we are looking at those places in the further back that really need to put the hammer down to get into that final.
Yes, and Manuel Oyuela and Lucas Simoncelli looking super strong. These guys have been paddling for years, and the experience shows really in this first stage of that semi-final. There's a big lead for those two Spaniards. They are paddling together, helping each other out. Manuel Oyuela from Swanses in front, and the battle, as you were saying, is on. And Tristan de Klerk from Germany is, as you can see in the back with the long hair, is trying to get that fourth position, but it's a tough one. As Dominic Blasco from Hungary is also paddling really hard. We're going to have, just like for previous hits, perhaps the last buoy and the last sprint to see if he can actually overtake. He's got the inside there, Tristan. Well done, and Dominic Blasco takes the
falling. The number 4 place, number 4 falling, leaving the doors open for Tristan.
Yeah, and is now Dominic Blasco is now in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th position for Dominic Blasco, who was in 4th. So no foul play there, but the fight for 4th place is still going on, but with two different people. They're coming up on your screen right now. I'm not sure who Tristan de Klerk from Germany is fighting against, but he seems to have the advantage. So well played in that buoy number 4 from Tristan de Klerk, who took the inside. He's now reaching 4th.
He lost his number at some place, but good thing we recognize him with his little bond there in the
lane
back.
Number 8, that's Jan Giric, and Dominic Blasco now in the 7th position is going to have to really work hard to try and come back to that 4th stage. He's not really far behind, but with so little space to overtake between those 7 buoys, it's going to be a very difficult job for Dominic Blasco. Tristan de Klerk in 4th position, and the Hungarian right now, lane number 2, that's Janos Pesti in 3rd position.
Yeah.
But
Tristan is not safe yet. He's not safe yet. There's one last guy there that still has a number in the back from this whole convolution. Of course, I can't make out who it is. That's Mathieu is far better with the far distance than I am. But again, Tristan is not safe, and we're looking at this buoy number 7 turn. Is going to be crucial for Tristan if he wants to make this final and not losing his paddle stamina on the final sprint, because whoever that is in the back there. We're going to see him coming around the screen here in... missing it.
Manuel Oyuela wins this race easily.
They're cruising now.
But the fight is on
for 4th place there.
And it looks like Jan Giric from Germany has managed to overtake Tristan de Klerk just after the buoy. He's leading and he's securing himself a fourth position right now, but we still have 100 meters to go. It looks like stronger in that last stretch of water than Tristan, so maybe coming back actually behind Tristan.
Tristan fell back there for sure. So we have lane number.
Come on, Tristan, you have to do something now in the
his
last 30
countryman,
meters.
he got taken over by his countryman, Jan Giric, that we haven't really talked about a whole lot through this entire race, and now he's coming out of the back here, muscling himself from the 5th position into 4th. Yes, wow.
So, Janos Presti qualifies for the big final in the fight between the two Germans. Unfortunately, left one of them out of the big final since Jan Giric managed to overtake
Tristan
his
Declercq.
countryman Tristan
Declercq.
in the last stretch of sprint waters here on Lake Balaton. Wow, this is the fall. This is the fall that the Hungarian Dominik Blasco suffered earlier on, losing his 4th place. And
we better start eating here some mince, because save your voices, people, because next up is the Open Women semi-final number 1. And if I'm looking at the names in here, this is going to get mad. We have the 2 Russian dark horses coming up, and they're already standing there.
you've got Fanny Tessier
We have
in lane number 8. And
my gosh,
Elena
this is like a
Prokhorova
final.
in lane number 7 is definitely got the best start.
Fiona in
Already
lane number
in the
3. Katerina Stenta in lane number 2. Esperanza in lane number 4. Veronica Silva in lane number 5. Laura Kvetglas 6. And Fanny Tessier 8, and then Elena, our dark horse of dark horses, in lane number 7. And boy, this is like a final, man.
Check
So
out
what's
the
going
2
on?
Russians, Natalia Noviskaya and Elena Prokhorova, already in the lead, both of them, while Fiona Wild is trying to secure a 3rd position right here, reaching the first buoy. Well, actually, the first buoy is still 100 meters away. But Elena Prokhorova and Natalia Noviskaya from Russia are in the lead. One of them is on the SIC, that's lane number 1, Natalia Noviskaya, and lane number 2, the gold medal in the sprints from yesterday, Elena Prokhorova in 2nd position now on the Sonova. So 2 Russians, unsurprisingly, now that we know these ladies are in the 2 first positions, reaching that buoy number 1, and behind them we've got that big fight between Fiona Wild and Esperanza Barreras, 2 starboard ladies. Katerina Stenta is not far behind, so she's going to have to play some risky moves in order to secure a 4th position.
And look at the board. Oh, she's got the board between her legs, and she stepped over. Like, look at this. Elena had her board between the legs of Natalia, and Natalia just stepped over it and kept paddling. Like,
and
what a
Elena,
technical move that was. Wow.
Absolutely. Elena Prokhorova has just lost her balance and thus allowing Fiona Wild in 2nd position. But Fiona Wild is trying to go into 2nd position. This looks like a final, guys. This is only a semi-final. This is amazing. Fiona Wild's got inside on that buoy number 2, but it's a wide angle turn for them. So, woo! Change in hierarchy just happening right now with Fiona Wild and Elena Prokhorova coming back shoulder to shoulder. Elena just now is losing a bit of ground, being squeezed between Fiona Wild and Natalia Noviskaya, who are basically squeezing them out. One of them is turning right, the other one is turning left, and Elena Prokhorova in the middle is left behind as we are reaching buoy number 3. Fiona Wild in the lead.
Wow, she took over our 2 Russian powerhouses. That is so amazing.
And check out Esperanza Barreras now in 2nd position.
And 2 girls in the water in the back.
Inside, trying to place a paddle between her board and Elena Prokhorova's board. The fight between starboard and Spanish athletes and the Russian Elena Prokhorova is on, while Fiona Wild doesn't look behind and is firing it up. Once she reaches buoy number 4, Fiona Wild, USA, making a big statement here.
pulling away from everybody. He's like, wow, that was just changed the whole thing. Where is Elena? I lost Elena on the side here.
These turns are so wide. Elena Prokhorova not looking super comfortable there on that fourth buoy turn, going very, very wide, but that's also a strategic move, maybe getting away from all the trouble that can happen at a buoy turn. Elena Prokhorova in second position, if I'm right. Fiona Wild in the lead, the Oregonian from Hood River, a huge downwinder, but also long distance world champion since 2 days ago. Here on Lake Balaton, in the lead in that semi-final, Elena Prokhorova coming in at the fifth can, followed by Esperanza Barreras from Spain.
And Natalia coming in here on the SIC.
For the fourth place is happening now between Veronica Silva from Portugal. Fanny Tessier has got a move to make. Yes, well done from the French girl who finished 10th in the long distance 2 days ago. Fanny Tessier from the southwest of France could do something today. She's in sixth position right now, but we know that she can finish really, really fast. Natalia Noviskaya is going to fight a little bit harder to make sure that she qualifies for that big final, while Fiona Wild has got a comfortable lead over Elena Prokhorova and Esperanza Barreras. The fight is on for fourth place with Fanny Tessier coming on to the Russian girl in the back. Here's Fanny Tessier on the 45 pro board, trying to overtake the Russian Natalia Noviskaya. There's only one spot left for both of them, so the fight is going to happen in that last buoy. Come on, Fanny, you could do something today and pop up in the final, but Natalia Noviskaya has got the advantage there on that seventh buoy. Fiona Wild in front, but the fight is on for place number 4, happening right now between Natalia Noviskaya, but Natalia Noviskaya, the sprinter who finished second in the sprint yesterday, is looking really, really solid in these last 150 meters, but Fanny Tessier is giving all she's got on that 45 pro board to try and get that fourth position. It's a tough one, while Natalia Noviskaya, with her sights on the nose of her board, is not giving up, is not giving anything away to the French girl. Fanny Tessier finishing in 5th right now. Esperanza Barreras from Spain is crossing the line in 3rd position, and Natalia Noviskaya is your 4th athlete to qualify for the big final. Unfortunate for Fanny Tessier.
Catch your breath, people. You're watching the replay here.
Wow, this was...
Look at the buoy, look at the leg work there. Look at that leg work from Natalia. Wow. Look at this. She's got the board between her legs. Look how she just steps over there, boom, and just keeps paddling. I mean, that's not easy.
Well, there's one thing to remember from this race for sure, is how Fiona Wild went from position number 3 to position number 1. So,
and leading number 1 by a margin. And that just shows, like, she's got experience under her belt. She's done this. She's done these sort of races with waves, where there is a buoy turn and you have a shoulder high wave approaching. So she knows and has confidence. She knows it very well. And I think that is something that showed here in that semi-final number 1, her experience.
We're going to have a big final as the ladies in the second semi-finals are getting ready.
Yeah,
and the white flags are up, so the camera should probably move to the starting line, because
April Silk is coming up and she is ready for another podium. April Silk is on there. A runner-up, Anna Cherky from Switzerland, that actually was faster than April in the long distance, and really put a name down for her there. So wow. We have also Petronella van Malsen is in there, Iona Rivet from France, Annabella Prioste from Portugal. Christina, and I'm going to leave her last name out.
Babiankova.
Thank you, Babiankova. Once you say that out, and here and off they are. And
April Zeal, great start by April Zeal on the 4-4 ball there. She's got the best start in lane number 4. The American wants it badly. She's got a bronze medal already from the sprints. And now it's a technical race mode on for the American, who's got already a fairly comfortable lead with Petronella Van Malsen in lane number 2, positioning herself in April's draft. You know what? It looks like April Zilk could have it easy in this technical race semi-final, but watch out for lane number 5. That's Annabella. Oh, Christiana Babankova. I need to get this right. Lane number 6 or 5. Who's in second? That's Annabella Prioste. Annabella Prioste, lane number 6 on the starboard, has just won the second position, and April Zilg is reaching lane buoy number 1 pretty comfortably. We've got a group of 3 girls detaching themselves from the rest of the chasing pack. So it looks like lane number 1, Gianni Saveco from Peru, Arriba Peru, on the infinity board there. He's in 4th position. April Zilg fighting hard and extending her lead over Annabella Prioste, the long distance champion from Portugal. Has got a comfortable second post now, with a big battle happening on our screens between Gianni Saveco on the infinity board from Peru and lane number 2, Petronella. No, I got that wrong. Who's on the NSP? Petronella Van Malsen right now is in 5th position, so she lost a couple of places there. Watch out, Petronella. She decided to show up at the ICF SUP World Championship, while the SUP 11 City Tour, a race that she's very fond of, is happening right now on the canals of the north of the Netherlands, where she's from. April Zilg has got that easy, clean turn, buoy turn, and yes, taking 3rd post.
That's your Spanish friend.
Izaskun Martin from the Canarias.
Oh, look, it's getting crowded there at the buoy. I see boards everywhere.
Gianni Saveco from Peru in 4th position. She takes a...
And can Anna Cherky take... Oh, look at this. And Anna Cherky is taking full advantage of this whole convolution. Look at this. There's 4 girls are all... And Anna Cherky is now in place number 4.
Oh, and check out Yona
Thanks
Rive.
to this. Oh, my gosh. This is technical racing the way we like it. Buoyed, and there's the board is floating away.
Yeah, Yona Rive.
Oh, my gosh.
Rive is swimming away to get her board back. And it looks like the race is over for the French girl who had a very good finish in the long distance yesterday. She managed to get a top 10 result in the long distance 3 days ago.
Wow.
Yona Rive from Bitsini looks like she's out of the competition, while April Zilg
still in the lead,
front.
But the big winner from this situation is Anna Cherky, the upcomer from Switzerland, just basically moving herself from a losing position almost all the way into 4th position, because those girls all got tangled up there on that buoy. And that is what we love about technical racing, is those buoy turns, because
Zaskun Martin
it can
in 3rd position now. Anna Cherky in 4th. And there's a big gap behind her. Petronella Van Malsen is going to have to double her efforts in the last 2 buoys to get that crucial 4th position, qualifying potentially herself to the big final. Wow, April Zilg very comfortable in front. Second, Annabella Prioste from Portugal. We don't know that girl. We hardly know anything about her, but check out her level. Annabella Prioste is
unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable in this competition. She did a top 5. I think she finished 4th in the long distance 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And just outside of the podium, and she might well be going for a podium position, especially since we've seen that Natalia Noviskaya doesn't look as fresh as she did yesterday in the technical race that we've just witnessed, finishing in 4th position. But Annabella Prioste is looking really good, as well as Izaskun Martin and Anna Cieska, who took advantage of a lot of confusion there with Gianni Saveco falling in the water at that buoy number 3, I think it was.
Yeah, that's the story of this heat, in my opinion. That whole convolution there, and Anna just being behind everything and kind of taking a wider turn, being able to avoid this whole situation and just passing by as everybody else is trying to get sorting their battles out.
Wow.
Congratulations there,
Amazing,
ladies.
and Anabela Prioste is waving at us. Congratulations, Anabela from Portugal, securing her second position, and there's no racing needed for 3 and 4, who are way ahead of Petronella and Malsen. That's Izaskun Martin, another Spaniard who trains with Oscar Ruiz, and Anna Czerski from Switzerland. A little bit disappointing for Petronella Malsen, and maybe more for Janice Safeko, who had a pretty good third position until she fell. Poor Peruvian girl. And
oh, look at here after replay. You can see it, like what's going. And then her board is all sideways there, and she's trying to climb back on the board, blocking the other two.
Fiona, I'm really sorry for my country girl here. Fiona Rive from Brittany, very disappointing. She's a very skilled technical racer, and unfortunately she had the biggest of the falls there, yeah, it's really disappointing for
now just waiting for the times
Yuna,
here.
who traveled with Noik and her coach from Brittany. I think it was like a 15-hour
5:46. Let's pay attention to the winning time of Fiona for 5:46 and see what April did in this heat, because I'm really wondering what we have here. I'm trying to refresh my screen here. Hopefully we're going to have these times here pretty soon, and hopefully we have them before the next heat starts, because we are looking now at the start list, the open men semi-finals. Like, we catch a breath here. It's like it's going one after another.
Absolutely.
It keeps coming here.
Fernando Perez from Spain, Vasilis Samniotis from Greece, Rafael Sirvent from Spain, Noé Gariou, Polly von Holmen, Matej Smida, David Alpino, and Damo Dara Moknuk. That's a name that we haven't seen a lot on lane number 8 on the rapid sub board. Bodie van Almen, the 15-year-old from Oregon, has got a good start, as well as Noé Gariou. Of course, he's the winner of the sprints yesterday in an incredible sprint race, overtaking Conor Baxter yesterday. Noé Gariou is now in first position. Very strong paddle technique, as you can see. He's got a board's length already, the 19-year-old from New Caledonia, the Canoe, and this is an opportunity to say hi to his family watching from New Caledonia. Noé Gariou on the Sonova in lane number 4, reaching now buoy number 1, followed by Rafael Sirvent from Spain, Bodie van Almen from the USA, and in 4th, that's lane number 7, Davide Alpino, the Italian champ. The new Italian champ is actually a new face on the Italian circuit, and is already an Italian champion. He beat in the recent couple of years all the strong Italians, the Nicas, Paolo Marconi, and so on, and is now in 5th position, fighting for that 4th position. Actually, he's now in 3rd, moving really fast now towards Rafael Sirvent. Noé Gariou is in front on the Sonova, followed by Rafael from Spain, and Davide Alpino is in 3rd position. The fight is on between Bodie van Almen and Fernando Perez from Spain. USA versus Spain for that also crucial 4th place in this technical race semi-final in the open men. And in the back we've got Damodara Moksnuk and Matej Smida from Slovakia.
Nice buoy turns there from the boys, definitely nice. And again, we have that battle here. We have that battle between 3rd and 4th. Man.
Fernando Perez from Spain on the NSP in 4th position. Come on, Bodie, the youngest of the athletes in the open men category. He could have chosen to compete in the junior division, but he said, oh no, I can take the big boys, and he did so far, qualifying for this semi-final. The 15-year-old from Portland who trains in Hood River as well as on his nearby lake near Portland. Bodie van Almen, part of the SIC crew, but couldn't get his board shipped to Lake Balaton for the weekend, so he's on the starboard right now. And that's Rafael Sirvent, one of the Spanish strong favorites. But Noé Gaillou is now cruising away. Let's make sure that he doesn't do what he did on day number 1, falling just 10 meters away from the finish line in the sprint. It's fortunate that happened on day number 1 and not yesterday, because yesterday he was crowned world champion on the 200-meter sprint, taking over Conor Baxter in the last 50 meters, changing side and basically opening up a whole new ball game in that in those last 50 meters. You have to look at it and analyze what exactly happened in that race yesterday, when Conor Baxter was very much in the lead all the way through to half of the race, and fighting mainly with Claudio Nica on his right, but came from nowhere. Noé Gaillou, oh, David Alpino fighting hard for second place now, overtaking Rafael Sirvent in order to reach that 7th buoy, just making sure that he's distancing. Here he comes, David Alpino, the Italian, watch out. Make sure that Rafael Sirvent doesn't fall, but David Alpino showing that he's the man in this technical race semi-final. And
look in the back.
1.
Look, 3 and 4. Bodie van Almen there, just getting into 4th position, if I see that right. Look at that. I would love to see this boy in the final. Well, oh my gosh, what a sensation that would be.
Looks like he's got it, because Fernando Perez is not reacting as quickly as he could have. The fight is still on, definitely. Bodie van Almen has made his move maybe a little bit too early. Wow. Fernando Perez has just lost his balance here and is giving up. He's giving up. Bodie van Almen from the US, 15-year-old Bodie van Almen, part of the SIC.
Look at this boy.
Is qualifying for the big final. Bodie van Almen, 15-year-old on the starboard there, part of the SIC family, has just won his bet to qualify for a final with the big boys at 15-year-old. Wow, his parents must be absolutely ecstatic seeing their little boy. Whoa.
Wow, that's ecstatic. That is, if there is a story to tell, then you got one right here. We had first Anna Chirki with the girls, also extremely young still, and now we have Bodie van Almen, 2 young guns, making their way up here and having a great entry into the world elite paddlers. How cool!
Amazing! What's just happened? What happened to Fernando Perez though? I know he's a very strong finisher, and you know what tells me that? He actually won in the on day 1. He won his 4th place against Ludovic Tolade, therefore putting Ludovic Tolade out of the competition basically in the technical race. A very, very strong paddler from France. But what happened in that last stretch of water? It looks like Fernando Perez didn't have enough stamina to catch up with 15-year-old Bodie van Almen. Wow, what a great choice. Yeah. This is one of the big stories, guys. This is one of the big stories of this 4-day event. Bodie van Almen, 15-year-old champ from Oregon, who finished 5th in the Hood River just a month ago on the podium with the big boys, with Conor Baxter, with Josh Richaud, and ahead of some some big names like Itzel Delgado, Tyler Basher, and so on. Wow, Bodie van Almen.
A name to remember.
That name. He's only 15.
I wonder what he's going to do when he's 17.
I wonder what he's going to do when he's 19.
Gosh. Yeah, there is a future name is born right here today.
Absolutely. Wow.
And don't hold your breath here too long, people, because we are moving right into the next semi-final here with names. And of course, standing out here is Conor Baxter in lane number 4, coming up against Bruno Hasuyo, who missed the long distance there. So I think Bruno is really hungry to have his name on a podium here after his brother already did. We have also Austrian's SUP Federation's president here, Christian Taucher, who clinched a podium on the inflatable race yesterday, on a borrowed inflatable race. He was just racing out of fun, and for some reason he was very surprised to have ended up on the podium. But the guys got their pedal in, the white flag is up, and let's see. Out of the gates they are, and I don't see a specific one.
Conor Baxter has got the best start, as you would expect. Conor Baxter in the lead,
sprinting towards that first buoy,
and in the back,
a good lead here.
Absolutely, lane number 4, Conor Baxter, the choke stroke in action, who won the silver medal yesterday. He wasn't able to defend his world title. Mike, I'm realizing that we called the shots wrong in the first semi-final. You know why? Because we don't have 2 semi-finals for the Open Men, but we've got 4, and I actually wonder why you call them semi-finals. If that's the case, because only 1 and 2 qualify for the big final, and 3 and 4 qualify to final B. As we change categories, I'm really sorry guys for calling this wrong. Body Vanelman will not make it to the big final. He will qualify for final B. That's because as we move between categories, the qualification.
So there's 4 semi-finals,
and that's.
I'm gonna need a little bit of an extra class on this type of system.
Absolutely. I mean, semi-finals you've got 2, right?
It's a semi-final, and the 4 quarters make 4 pieces of a whole, and the semi is half of a whole. Yeah. So there can only be 2 halves of a whole. So how there's so yeah. Anyway,
I really apologize. Guys,
sorry guys
for calling it wrong.
It's just so intuitive. We thinking semi-finals. There's 2 semi-finals. That's the intuitive way to go.
It's just that for the past 8 semi-finals, we had the top 4 qualifying for the big final, and not the first 2. So only 1 and 2 from the previous race qualified, and only 1 and 2 from this race will qualify. And we've got 2 other semi-finals coming up, and Conor Baxter right now has got it easy in this semi-final number 2. I was surprised not to find out all the names. That's what triggered my curiosity as to what the qualification rules were for the next stage. Yes, we've got Andre Crater in the 4th semi-final. We've got Clément Colmas and Paolo Marconi and Itzel Delgado and Leonard Nica in the 3rd one. Anyway, we know the rule now.
We got to move on. We got to move on from this.
Back into
but the last word might not be spoken there.
Action.
All right, so I'm also wondering, I'm going to be looking for where is my buddy from Germany, Ole Schwartz, also a very strong canoe paddler. In 2 weeks from now, he will be going to Bratislava for a world competition in canoe paddling, and I am on the lookout for him in lane number 2. And as I'm looking out, here he is. In 3rd position. And look at that! Oh, he's taking it a little bit too wide of a turn.
France in 3rd position right now, and trying to climb up to not the 4th but the 2nd position, because only 1 and 2 will move on to the big final. And here he is trying to reach the next buoy on the blue board on the left of your screen just a couple of seconds ago, and Conor Baxter has got it easy in front after doing 90% of the job in the first 200 meters. Conor Baxter from Maui, someone you know pretty well, right, Mike?
Yes,
He's one of your neighbours.
Yeah, well, 45 minutes. But yeah, we see Connor quite a bit. We see him either at the harbour paddling or we see him at the various surf spots and so forth. And then here is a battle between number 1 and number 2.
Yes,
and that's
and
Donato
Donato.
Friends and Ole Schwartz.
Donato Friends.
Right behind Connor.
Not
Hello.
only has he got the inside in this buoy, but he manages
They are
to,
not far behind Connor, and if Ole is pulling this through, which it doesn't look like right now, then he would be going to the big final, the A final.
The A final, Conor Baxter in front. The kid from Maui, he's not a kid anymore, he's a daddy.
Yes,
he's a 25-year-old, but we've known him as a kid for,
Yeah, for sure.
for the past 11 years. And not as juvenile as when he was 14, beating up the old guys, the likes of the Calamans and Livio Menello and so on, back in Maui. But Conor Baxter in front, and well done, Donato Friends, pushing hard in the last 15 meters. The 16-year-old who from the Netherlands.
Very well done, Donato.
Earned himself a place in the big final. Donato Friends. And
we went into the final A. Ole Schwartz on the third place going to the final B. Christian Taucher.
And yeah, Ole Schwartz is angry at himself.
Yeah, he was he
punching
could
the
have had
water
it.
there.
Final C.
Lane number 8, that was Christian Taucher, who was in the final back in. It was one of the finals back in 2019 in Qingdao.
Hát ebből a futamból Conor Baxter megy tovább, illetőleg hatalmas sajnával Donato Friends, és nem láthattunk sajnos hasonló Brunót, amint van információnk arról, hogy mi történt a Brunóval, miért rajtolt el, azonnal fogjuk tájékoztatni a kedves publikumot. Ez is egy
Woohoo! We are moving here, people. And I can't wait for the times to see what Conor Baxter's time was, because that's a time we want to keep in mind a little bit.
And we've got a happy daddy on the live stream here on Facebook, Paco Friends. That's Donato's dad.
Yeah, congratulations
Ecstatic
to you guys.
at his kid qualifying for the big final.
Yeah.
16-year-old.
Looking real quick, Noik
Donato.
did this whole thing in 5:01. So let's keep an eye on Noik's time.
You know why?
The Gagu time 5:01. So 5:01. Now let's see if we can populate Connor's time. They're all going to give us a little bit of an idea here what we're going to be looking at. Hoping these times to populate here pretty soon, as we see Clemos just getting ready to hop onto this third semi-final.
Absolutely.
Semi-final number 3. Just get this through your head here real quick, people. Just try to understand what's going on here. Third semi-final.
Third semi-final,
Yes.
and Clément Colmas has got a big card to play here with against Leonard Nica, Paolo Marconi, Itzel Delgado, Norman Weber, Tomás Lacerda. Looked very, very impressive in the sprints and in the technical race yesterday. From Portugal, also a new face on the international scene. Blue Ewer from England, who's also a very fast kid. And Magnus Lindstedt in lane number 1 from Sweden. So Clément Colmas, who wants to join his New Caledonian friends on the podium with a medal, is going to have to
Gagu.
battle hard for that first buoy first, and then throughout the 1 kilometer course. He's got a slow reaction actually, and Itzel Delgado, and surprisingly has got the best start. Blue Ewer from England, has got a good start coming in lane number 7. That's of course Leo Nica, the Italian stallion. Leo Nica has got a very good start. Itzel Delgado, the Peruvian prince, in lane number 6 on the Infinity, has got the inside, but Leo Nica has definitely got the best start. Well done, Leo. He's been waiting for his time to shine, and it could be now. Leo Nica, who's been paddling for the last 10 years at high level, non-stop, bringing in his brother Claudio.
Look at Itzel,
into
look at
the mix.
Itzel. Catching up.
Delgado, absolutely.
Oh.
Itzel Delgado positioning himself with a slight advantage there. He's going to have the inside.
And Norman Weber on lane number 5, catching up with those two guys. This is not, the last word is not spoken. And in the meanwhile, we have Conor Baxter's time here on my screen with 5:09, so coming in 8 seconds behind heat semi-final, I forget the number now, the first semi-final with Noik. So that's 8 seconds behind Noik, just in case you guys were wondering.
And Clément Colmas in 4th position now is going to have to do something in the next 850 meters. Paolo Marconi in a bad situation here in 7th position. The Italian champ about to be a daddy, while Suzac Molinero is next to our tower, watching his partner in life battling out for potential qualification in the next round. And Itzel Delgado has got the lead. And we haven't seen Bruno Sulio.
No, we have not. We're getting so excited with everything, and I'm repopulating my times here, and Bruno seemed not to have even been in the last heat.
Wow, it looks like Bruno didn't start.
What happened there?
Bruno Sulio did not show up in the previous semi-final. That's very, very surprising. We're going to have to investigate on this. Yes. He was obviously very disappointed with his long distance
results. Is that Itzel in the lead here, followed by Norman Weber, or is there one guy way ahead? No, it's not.
Isn't it surprising to see Norman Weber in this situation?
On one hand, yes, and on the other hand, no, because Norman is one of those local heroes in Germany that I know this guy is a canoe guy that showed up in the stand-up paddle world like as one of the first guys, and he is in the Deutsche Bundeswehr as a sports athlete there, and he has. I've did an interview in my last magazine with him. This guy's list of medals in the canoe world is like a page deep. And he just doesn't have the means and travels a lot around the world and goes to ocean races because that's not his forte. But in flat water, that guy can paddle, as we can see him right now coming around buoy number 5 in lane number 5, possibly securing himself a spot in the big final, in Final A, as we are looking here at semi-final.
Yes, only positions 1 and 2 move on to the big final. So the fight is happening in the back, but Norman Weber is definitely in front, and very much in front, while I'm a little bit disappointed by Clément Colmas' reaction here. He didn't have the best start. He's in 4th position now, behind Leonika, teammate from starboard. Leonika is a very good finisher, is a very good sprinter, just like his brother Claudio. Is definitely going to try and give it all in the last after the last buoy, but he's got a 10-meter gap ahead of him, behind Norman Weber's board tail. Norman Weber is he's got a clean buoy turn. Yeah, Leonika, you're going to have to do your move right now and push it really, really hard. Clément Colmas as well, the youngster, Noik's friend from New Caledonia, the Cagou. It's going to be very, very difficult for Clément to get that chance to win a medal in this competition, unfortunately. And I saw him in the morning at breakfast, and he was aware that that was his last shot. But I guess he didn't know how strong Norman Weber from Germany was, while Itzel Delgado is crossing the finish line on the Infinity. He's been with the California brand.
But Norman is taking it easy there, and Nika's making a move there, but it's not enough. But he sure, you could tell, he was like, can I get this guy still? But
yes, and Leo, Nika, and Clément Colmas, 3 and 4, move on to Final B with Bodie von Allmen.
Wow, that was congratulations to Norman. Definitely very proud of him.
And Paolo Marconi actually finished in 5th, coming back from from behind. He was in 7th position at the first buoy. Check this out. Itzel Delgado from Peru, one of the fastest sprinters on earth.
Doing very well. Oh, and then we have the fall there from who was that?
There, Tomás Lacerda from Portugal missed his shot, but check out the amazing Peruvian prince Itzel Delgado. Arriba Peru on the infinity ball there, and yeah, and a regular visitor in California in Dana Point.
Okay, very nice. Catch your breath, people, because I already see the next heat lining up on the pontoon there in the back. And this is also, wow, this is going to be stacked here. And we got our co-commentator from yesterday in here, Michael Booth, who called this heat out almost like it's going to be a final. Because if you look at the top two that wants to move on to the big final, theirs is a hard day. We have Andre Krater, who definitely wants to get a legit and big podium here. We have Titu.
Well, he won a world title yesterday.
In the inflatable.
In the inflatable 7K.
Yes, he sure did. His
race.
Inflatable. Let's not discredit that. Long distance, very hard to do in a sheet of glass lake yesterday. And then we have Daniel Hasuyo, who already has a medal. We have Michael Booth, who definitely wants to move up. So yeah, that's going to be busy here. I am not going to call anything here because this is probably can go one way or the other, particularly at the buoy turn situation.
Right. While the onlookers are sunbathing in beautiful Balatonfüred, the white flags are up, and this looks like a final indeed, Mike, with Andre, Titu, Claudio, Daniel, and Michael Booth, among other big names. Let's not rule out Benjamin Morham, who trains in Spain in the Canaries with Oscar Ruiz.
Yeah.
But he's a UK national. Wow, great start by Andre Krater, the Russian, who's got his big shot now at qualifying for the final. Titouan Pouillot, who was really bothered yesterday with one of the athletes cutting his lane and not being able to show what he's got in the sprints, while Noé Gaillou was flying away to victory. Andre Krater on the SIC board, followed by Claudio Nica, the Italian, and on the NSP, Titouan Pouillot, the New Caledonian, the new long-distance world champion.
Here they come,
Virtual equal second position for Titu versus Claudio Nica, but Titu's got the inside, and Andre Krater is playing it really well in this first section of the race. Only 1 and 2 are going through. It's going to be heartbreaking to see either of these guys not making it to the final. Titu has got a slow turn, while Michael Booth is risking everything he's got to stick to the front of the race, as Michael was not feeling super confident going into this technical race, given the start list of this specific semi-final, the 4th semi-final of the Open Men's. And in the back, in 5th position, we've got I'm looking for Daniel. Where's
I just was going to point that out. We have 8 lanes. Daniel is not here. We missed the Hasuya brothers. There's 7 guys out there, there's 7 guys out there, but we have 8 lanes. So we're missing the Hasuyas again. I'm wondering what's going on. I wish them well. I hope everything is okay. Sad to see that. Also, real quick stats that I like to share with you guys. Itzel Delgado's time came in with 5 minutes and 1 second, which is pretty much identical with Noik's time from the first semi-final. So, and then Norman's Weber was 5:12, which is 3 seconds slower than Connor's time. So this is going to give us these top 2 times. This is going to give us a great idea, and this is going to tell us also it is going to be a heck of a final, guys.
You know what I've just done, Mike? I've just sent a message to Daniel Osulio saying, "Where are you?
Yes,
where are you,
tell us,
brothers?" The Osulio brothers did not show up for their semi-final We were missing Bruno in the last heat, and Daniel did not show up either. So
what is going on?
Just wondering what's going on. This sounds serious. But in front of the race, Andre Crater, no, not Andre. Titouan Pouillot in the lead, and when he's in that position, it's very hard to beat.
And there's Andre in second place.
Andre in second.
He will make darn sure he's not going to lose that set.
But in third position, what a surprise! And Claudio Nica in fourth. Now, knowing that he's so close,
and he was so humble yesterday about it.
Qualifying for the big final, he's going to give everything he's got, because it's been a bit of a disappointing event for Michael Booth. He was expecting to defend his long distance title 2 days ago on Lake Balaton, but the conditions were definitely not for him 2 days ago, as he was expecting a glassy lake. He was met with very rough conditions on the water, and everyone was talking about gliding and upwinding and side winding and so on. Perfect conditions for the two New Caledonians, Titouan Pouillot, who won the long distance, and Noigayu got second, and as well as Daniel Oshulio, who won the bronze. Here comes T2,
final stretch,
the Canoe. And you know what a Canoe is, by the way. Let's explain that.
You told me this yesterday. Canoe is my new favorite bird after the Spanish storm.
Yeah.
That's my new two things. So Canoe is the national bird, I guess, from New Caledonia.
Absolutely, it's a local bird, and it's the emblem of...
Is Michael Booth taking over Andre? Is that what we're just seeing here? Is this the drone shot?
Happening. Titouan Pouillot in the lead, and Michael Booth getting his second
Look at
position.
this, guys.
This is crazy.
Can
Andre
you
Crater
believe
is
it?
going to be gutted. He's got to do something in the last 50 meters. Andre Crater, you've got to push harder if you want to put the Russian flag in the final. Michael Booth, what? That was totally unexpected.
Oh my gosh.
That was totally unexpected, especially given how Michael really played it down until now.
Yes, he sure was very humble about it.
Having a couple of beers with us yesterday, saying, well, I'm just going to have fun tomorrow. I'm really not sure I've got a shot. But he did.
He just shot hard at it.
Second, and Andre Crater, who had the best of the starts, who was first at the buoy, lost the battle in the middle of the race, and Michael Booth managed to do his thing, his Australian thing, in the last stretch of the water, pushing really hard, and thus obtaining that also dear qualification for the big final of the World Championship here on Lake Balaton.
This is amazing. We have so much, and we are done with 4 semi-finals, so we're moving on already, but let's just enjoy the replay here real quick before we move on. Actually, that's exactly let's just enjoy real quick how is everything unfolding.
His first place in buoy number 4.
And then here is the drone shot again with Michael overtaking Andre. There you saw it right there. I wish we saw it a little bit earlier, but did you see that? And he was just making a move, like unbelievable as they are crossing the finish line here one more time on the screen.
And there was nothing Claudio Nica could do to qualify for that big final. Titouan Pouillot in the lead. A big reassurance for Titouan, who had a disappointed sprint final yesterday. The Canoe, we were in the middle of explaining.
We were in the middle of the Canoe situation.
Stories,
and what's going on? The Aussie and the Canoe are putting on
the Canoe and the Kangaroo. Win 1 and 2. That's a good one.
Good shot.
The Canoe and the
Look
Kangaroo.
And he's beating the 5-minute mark here, as we were just calling out those times earlier. So, boys, this big final is going to be very interesting. And Boothie with 2 seconds behind, so just above that 5-minute mark. So that means the other guys like Norman really got to speed it up, because they were in the 5:09, 5:12. Even Connor was in the 5:09 neighborhood. So Connor and Norman, if you guys are watching, because you guys are also going to be going to the finals here, Itzel was 5:01. This is all Gosh, this is gonna be a very tricky one, and I can't wait to see. But this is all gonna take place after lunch, as we are looking now at, and I apologize, my screensaver came on. We are now looking at the
First semi-final of the 50 plus women.
Yeah, let's make sure there's 2 of them, or not 3 or 4.
Well, there's 2 because only top 4 qualify.
Okay.
So we're back to the first qualification mode that we met in the first heats. There was something a little bit special for the open men, which brought a little bit of confusion. But fortunately, we corrected our course after quarterfinal number 1 of the open men. There were 4 of them and not 2 of them, as we expected. Obviously, a much slower start for the 50 plus women than what we've just witnessed with the likes of Andre Crater and
Yeah, you gotta take a breather here for a moment.
So Sara Odera from Italy, looking very, very strong in her age category, just like she's been doing for the past 4 days. She's taking part in every single race. Well done on her, and she's asking for more as she's trying to get her qualification in order for the big final. But don't rule out Esti Frojmovici. I think she fell yesterday, and but here she is in the semi-final. Sara Odera on the SIC board, lane number 4, right in the middle, followed by Natalia Fon from Slovenia on the SUP 1 board. And hello to the Jackos, Paul and Angela, founder of SUP 1 in Australia, designed in Australia. And wow, that's a good shot, I like it, that's a good angle. Sara Odera from Italy, followed by the Israeli Esti Frojmovici, who's taking charge now of the race, but she's on the outside, still going faster though, the Israeli. That's a very, very good angle, I like it. And Sara Odera's got the inside, but Esti Frojmovici is trying hard not to fall on that first buoy. And a few slower turns in the back with that Sonova, that yellow-green Sonova. In 4th place, we've got in 3rd Natalia Fon, who's managing to stick with the 2 leaders of this first semi-final in the 50 plus women division. So the fight is going to happen between that Sonova board in the back as she reaches buoy number 2, and a group of 3 girls chasing. She's gonna have to push very hard to distance herself from one of those 3 girls, and obviously not make any single mistake at the upcoming 4 buoys left on this course. 5 buoys left on this course. Here comes the 3rd one with Sara Odera. It's taking a very wide and slow turn.
What is she wearing on her calf?
Managing to keep her first position, followed by Esti Frojmovici from Israel, and 3 and 4 who are going to qualify if they keep their spot in this technical race semi-final are Natalia Fon on the SUP 1 board there, and the Sonova board, I'm not sure I called her already, but let's check out her bib number, 683 or 673. Hold on, getting confused here. 683. That's Maria Bardena on the Sonova. Maria Bardena. You've got 673 and 683. That's Natalia Fon in 3rd, and Maria Bardena in 4th. But Sara Odera, it's the first woman I saw this morning at breakfast. She had a big smile on her face, looked super fit and ready to go. She's leading this first semi-final, Mike.
Good for her. I am trying to figure out, number 1, where are our Austrians, and number 2, I'm also trying to figure out what those things are on her calf. There seems to be some sort of titers. Maybe somebody in our comments or something will shine a little light on that, but she's wearing something that must be some sort of a calf tighteners or something. And here we go. We have pretty clear. We actually had this battle for the 4th place here all over and over, but right now the battle for the 4th place is not on. It's kind of splitting here in 2 groups. We have a group of 4 that are nicely spread out, and we have a group of 4 in the back that are kind of doing a little bit of a battle, but not all of that much. So this is actually a nice pace, and definitely good for us to take a little breather here, because the last 4 semifinals were definitely that was something else. And I'm looking out of my window, I see how they come. They get a nice rhythm, just making their way down towards buoy number 7. And I think our girls that are going to be going to their final, I think they are pretty safe. I think they would say they're pretty safe.
From all the action that we've just witnessed in the 4 open men, I'm still trying to recover from all the action that we've just seen in the 4 open men's semi-finals here, and we've got our final, and I'm going to announce the top 8.
Go ahead, my friend.
Noe Gariu and Davide Alpino. And now I'm figuring out why Davide Alpino pushed so hard in the last stretch of the race. That's because he obviously wanted to qualify for the 2nd position there. Noe Gariu, Davide Alpino won 1st and 2nd in the 1st semi-final. Conor Baxter, Donato Flens, 1st and 2nd in the 2nd semi-final. Then it was Titouan Pouillot, no, hold on. In the 3rd one, Itzel Elgado and Norman Weber,
and
1st
then
and
it's
2nd.
Titouan and Michael Booth.
And Titouan and Michael are qualifying for the final. So
and we're going to have to wait all the way till the end. This is going to be, this final is your last final and heat of the day at 2:51. So 9 minutes to 3, that's when we have the last final of open men. So here we're going to have to wait up until then. So I hope you guys are still with us. I hope you guys are still hanging out throughout our lunch break that is going to be coming up at noon, as we then going to be continuing at 1 o'clock, 1:03. With and then it's going to be all final A's and with 2 final B's with open men and women. So yeah, it's finals day, people. It is finals day. Watching the replay here from the 1st semi-final from the ladies 50 and up. Honestly, I was hoping to see Marion Seebauer in lane number 1 here, making it her way through. She was on the podium the other day in the long distance. Very proud of her. So our Austrians there, sadly, not looking like they can make it. And here you get the replay from the finish line. Look at her. She is stoked. Oh, I'm sorry, I was like 1 ahead. We are with the women 50 plus. Sorry, Marion Seebauer here is coming up. That's why I was like, okay, I am looking at the wrong sheet. I'm always 1 step too far ahead. Sorry about that, guys. We are looking at the start now. That's the 1st semi-final of the Technical Master 40 plus women 1,000 meters. And number 2 there with a choke grip number 2, that's Yvette Deron-Blanche from South Africa, but really pulling ahead there. Looks like that was lane number 5, Esther Rastchernatski. That looks like, is that lane number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that might be lane number 4. The sun is definitely kind of, no, it's lane number 5. She is pulling away, look at that. And Marion Seebauer right behind her on the SIC in lane number 1. Can't wait to see how things are transpiring here at the first buoy, as they are kind of like halfway down the sprinting lanes. And it looks like definitely we have a battle going on here between lane number 1, the Austrian Marion, and lane number 5, Esther. So they're the first two ones to arrive at the first buoy, and they're about a half board length in front of lane number 2, which is our South African, and then everybody else is just a tap behind. The lane number 7 making a move there, moving into 4th position, and that's Poland's Monika Bronika. So she is going to be in lane number 7. So there might be a battle shaping up again, because in this semi-final the first 4 are moving on just like before, and the rest is out. And our Polish girl here is, excuse me, our Hungarian girl Esther is definitely pulling away now pretty well. Definitely almost a board and a half or 2 boards ahead of Marion from Austria. Hungary's Esther Rastitotski. Esther Rastitotski, doing really well, coming across buoy number 2 as well as Marion across buoy number 2. And in 3rd place, we're going to see a number here pretty soon. Lane number 3, Ulrika Larsson from Sweden. Is that right? And lane number 7, Monika Bronika, that's our Polish girl there. And we're already looking at lane number 3, at buoy number 3, can number 3, pardon guys, we're looking at can number 3. And not, oh my gosh, and number 1 goes in. Oh, what an upset. There's no interference, nothing, and she is just going in just like this, giving the lead to Marion Seebauer and Ulrika Larsson. They're making a move, but she just can't materialize on that mistake. Oh my gosh, how crazy was that? Did you guys just see that? Esther Radzotski just falling down like out of nowhere. Look at this. She's just leading the pack. She's falling in at her buoy turn, and look at that. She slipped. Her back foot is coming off of her tail, making way for Marion Seebauer to take the lead, who is now leading very, very much so. She is already at buoy number 6. Where was I? What was I doing? Is it like there's buoy number 6 while everybody is still at buoy number 4? I'm looking at all the names, making sure I have everybody's name right. In the meanwhile, Marion Seebauer is approaching buoy number... Or is that a person that's training? Like, I'm like getting confused. Who's that person? Somebody must have made a course mistake, because she was just crossing buoy number 6, and now she's paddling from there back to buoy number 5. What is that? Was that Marion making a capital mistake there?
It looks so. She's coming back.
She's coming back.
On the inside here.
We're gonna have to see a replay of this. I'm looking down at the names. I'm like, oh wow, what happens?
Look, Mike, you have to tell me why every time I go away, something big happens, you know?
You were away, and we had Esther from Hungary falling out of the lead, Marion taking the lead, and then paddling to the wrong buoy.
To the wrong buoy, so it looks like she missed buoy number 4 and went straight to buoy number 6. But if she manages to get back up in front, she's going to be okay. She just has to...
she took like one of those chokers. She took a choker lap, but not in her advantage. What is going on there? We're going to see there. And now she's in
4th position now, but she just did 100 or so.
She just did an extra 50 meters.
Than the other one, and she's in 3rd position now.
Well, as long as she's making it through.
That's Marion Seebauer. Watch out, Marion, for the final. It's coming, but
if you can get into 2nd or 3rd position again after doing an extra 50 meters plus an extra buoy turn, wow, you are definitely a very strong paddler. But too bad. I would love to have a beach interview on that one, because that just confused the heck out of everybody. I'm not sure what you guys were thinking here on the screens. First, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, look at this. She's already at buoy number 6 while everybody's at buoy number 4. And then paddling back to buoy number 5. Or it can.
And I'm going to have to apologize, Mike, because I've been calling the wrong Israeli's name in the previous heat. And thank you, Stephanie Libson, for correcting me on the Total SUP Facebook feed. That was Diva and not ST in second place. Thank you, Stephanie, for correcting this. I was feeling confident about recognizing faces instead of looking at lane numbers.
So we are back to the way things were, with Esther from Hungary in number 1, lane number 2 Ulrika Larsen coming in second, number 7 is Monika from Poland, and Marion Seebauer, despite her mistake, clinging on to the final. I'm pretty sure she'll go over this course very well to not make a mistake like this in the final, because that would have been the gold medal. You cannot have somebody fall going into the lead and then make such a mistake. That's a no-go, Marion, if you guys are listening in the Austrian camp there. But very proud of her. She definitely, what a comeback on that note. And she already has a medal under her belt.
But maybe, you know what, maybe that fall...
You can see how she fell, and her back foot is coming off of her tail, if you can see.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, and there he goes. Put some more wax. And then there's Marion.
Wax your tail.
And look, there is Marion, while everybody see Marion is at the buoy over there, and everybody's...
Turning at buoy number 6 instead of buoy number 4.
So she's like, oh!
Does that mean she missed buoy number 4?
No,
she went from a straight line from buoy number 3 to buoy number 6. She missed buoy number 4.
Well, and that would be a DQ then.
That would have to be. Maybe you can find that shot again, Gabor, our production.
Yes, we need to know
director.
if she went from 3. Excuse me, from 4. No, there would be 3 from 4 to 6.
Ah, she went for 4.
She went from 4 to 6, and then back to 5.
Are you sure she did 4 though? She didn't go straight from 3 to
no, I think
6?
she went from 4. I think she went from 4 to 6.
Okay, that's exactly
the way
what we need to
I
find
could
out.
see that, but I saw it too late because I was looking down at the names to make sure I'm not mispronouncing anything.
Yeah, well, there's definitely
Meanwhile, the juniors are putting down a false start. So yeah, well, let's see once we are refreshing our screens here.
All right.
The juniors are on, and that's going to be this. That's three Spanish friends of yours in the final, in this semi-final here, with 4 moving through.
So yeah, Marion Seebauer unofficially still, the results are unofficial on the on my app.
Okay,
Marion
yeah, same
Seebauer
here.
is still in 4th position, but we're gonna have to find out if she did.
Well, I guess if you correct your mistake, if you are doing mistakenly too much and you're correcting your mistake.
Not if you went from 3 to 6, Mike. She's gonna have to leave buoy number 4 on her right in order to qualify. That's the one thing that we need to find out. But anyway, moving on to the juniors, junior women.
Semi-final number 1 here.
And how many have we got? We've got 2 since the first 4 positions move on to the big final, and we've got some big names here, especially coming from the Spanish gang, Tormenta Española, Sonia Caimari, Mar Bascuñana, and Raquel Manino are definitely some of the favorites, but don't rule out Reka Slekta, who won a silver medal yesterday from Hungary in the sprints. But in front, we've got precisely Rekta Slekta, Rekta Slekta from Hungary on the ETW there. And lane number 5, that's Sonia Caimari from Spain, followed by Raquel Manino and Chiara Vorsted. That looks like Mar Bascuñana is from Spain is behind. In 5th position we've got Anna Hikova from the Czech Republic, and it looks like at the front Sonia Caimari is has managed to overtake Reka in the last 20 meters before the first buoy. The top 4 will qualify.
Oh, and we have a fall there.
Final, and that's
number 1.
Dara Marinescu from Romania, and blocking lane number 8, Alexandra Vikodets
From Russia.
from Russia. All right, the Spanish gang is doing its thing with Sonia Caimari in front, and following her is Rachele Manino, who kind of blocked here Reka Slekta, who was a little bit too much on the inside. She had to stop paddling for a couple of seconds, but all she's got to focus on right now, the Hungarian, is to stick with Rachele Manino to qualify for the next round, which is the big one, the big final coming up later on. And Sonia Caimari from Spain still up there with now a 10-meter lead over Rachele Manino and Reka Slekta in 4th. We've got lane number 6, that's Chiara Vorster from South Africa. And yeah, the Spanish look so impressive, especially in among the youth, among the juniors. They've got already, I don't know, I lost count as to how many medals they've got, those Spanish juniors. We call them the Tormenta Española. The Spanish storm is hitting Lake Balaton once again with Sonia Caimari and Rachele Manino in the lead now, with Reka Slekta from Hungary in 3rd and Chiara Vorster from South Africa in 4th. Top 4 will move on to the big final happening in a couple of hours, I guess.
Yes, everything that's going to be all after lunch. Big finals, except for 2 final Bs with the open women and open men. That all going to be after. We have final Cs and final Bs coming up here shortly after the second semi-final from the juniors. And after that, it is final, and more finals. And then we're really going to see how many Spanish flags we're going to see in the juniors everywhere, boys and girls.
And Mar Bascuñana not looking as comfortable as her 2 country girls. They're in the back in 6th or 7th position. Right, make sure you share your live stream if you haven't, because the goal with these World Championships in Lake Balaton is to obviously offer you a pretty decent coverage of the whole thing, but also to ignite some passion and some fires worldwide with these inflatable races. As Ramizu was telling us yesterday, a good way to democratize the sport worldwide, especially as when it comes to buying a board, an inflatable board. You can find one easily for less than €1,000 and even less than €500, and these can be pretty competitive, especially when they are in that SUP race construction and format. And if you never tried SUP racing, well, it's very much accessible now with those inflatable race boards. All right, back to the race with
on the final stretch here,
Sonia Caimari, who had a clean buoy turn for her last buoy. Very much in front now with 30 meters of lead distance ahead of another Spaniard, Rachele Manino. I don't know why Rachele is pushing so hard. That's definitely a lot of energy wasted.
Yeah, she's like, it looks like she's going for a goal. No
like
need, girl.
Sprinting.
You're in. You're doing it.
Are we missing something? Are we doing a mistake? This looks like she's sprinting.
No, I think we're doing good here.
But no, you don't need to do that, Rachele. Take it easy. Cálmate. Solo son 10 metros más y puedes obtendrá tu calificación para
Girl number
la
3 there.
final.
Girl number
Alright,
3,
there
she
you go.
said, Mar, she is in position 5, so she is really grinding to catch up there, but she's sadly falling short.
Yeah, falling short of
So one of the
qualifying
Spanish
while,
storms is out.
yeah, and Chiara Vorster has just obtained her qualification for the big final coming up, and we're gonna move on to semi-final 2 for the junior women in this technical race event. Last day of the 2021 ICF SUP Worlds here in Balatonfüred in Hungary. Beautiful weather. We've been so lucky. You know, I think I've got a tan now.
Not a cloud in the sky. And actually, by the way, I just noticed today the wind never came up. It is as glassy as it was this morning at 7 o'clock. And off they are. The second semi-final already good. And number 7 is getting a really good start. But we got it. There's somebody from Greece.
Yeah, and we've got some big names in this second heat with
Number
Duna
4,
Gordillo,
wow.
in lane number 4, showing once again how strong she is, dominating the junior win racing all the way up till until now, winning the long distance, winning the sprints yesterday. This girl can do it all. Duna Gordillo, been racing for close to 10 years now, and very familiar faces on the Spanish circuit and now on the international scene. Make sure that you remember her name. Duna Gordillo from Spain in the lead, as always, on the starboard inflatable board there. Drafted by lane number 5, Aida Soberbio, another big shot from the Spanish Tormenta. And for 3rd and 4th place right now, a battle is going on between lane 2 and lane 3. That's Cecilia Pampinella and Skadi Langbein from Germany, with a slight advantage now for Skadi. And don't rule out lane number 7, Kyriaki Logoteti from Greece in 5th position. We will have our fight for the 4th place again in this semi-final. That's almost certain. Duna Gordillo, so easy on the buoy turns. Aida Soberbio looking strong as well. And in 5th position, lane 7, Kyriaki Logoteti is going to have to battle hard to stick with the top 4. She's struggling right now, actually, as lane number 2 is pushing really hard. That's the Italian Cecilia Pampinella. That's a last name I know as well. We saw that last name in the men's with Tommaso, so they might be related. I'm not sure what the link is, the bond is between these 2 Italians, Cecilia and Tommaso. Cecilia currently in 4th position, but climbing up to 3rd, virtually anyway, behind the 2 strong Spanish girls who've got some lead, but not as comfortable as I previously thought, with Cecilia, the Italian, coming back very strong and pushing the German Skadi Langbein onto the buoy there. Rail-to-rail action for position 3 and 4. If they don't play dirty, they should be safe now that there is a 15-meter gap behind, I guess, Skadi Langbein from Germany, and Duna Gordillo, and Aida right now Soberbio from Spain, 1 and 2. This is buoy number 4, or can number 4, as Kelly Margetts would say. And here comes lane number 3, Skadi Langbein from Germany. Duna Gordillo, perfect technique. Check out these legs, man. You see that these are muscles. These are muscles. She's been using those legs for, I'm not sure how old Duna is, probably somewhere between 16 and 18. And you can see how athletic she is and how agile she is once again on that very sleek buoy turn. textbook turning for the Spaniards. We've been practicing those moves for years. In Mallorca, Aida Soberbio now, and that was Cecilia Pampinella from Italy. Great shot there from the drone of Duna Gordillo, who can't resist pushing even harder as the finishing line approaches. There's Aida Soberbio in the background in second, sixth buoy for Duna. No need to change stance here because of the very wide buoy angle on that sixth buoy, and the seventh buoy is approaching, while Cecilia Pampinella is reaching the sixth buoy. All right, we should have a fairly secure qualification for the top four here. Someone is trying to make a move from the fifth position, but she's really far behind. And I really doubt that she's going to be able to make it, even if Skadi Langbane falls. She is definitely going to have time to recover her board and position to try and finish the race. All right, Duna Gordillo in front. Qualifying easily for the big final coming up later on, so make sure you stick with us, make sure you give us a like on Total SUP, on Planet Canoe, on Stand Up magazine. These are 3 pages to follow for the future of SUP racing. If you want to know the news from all over Europe, all over the US, and all over the German-speaking countries of Switzerland, Germany, and Australia, make sure you follow all these pages, and also make sure that you share that stream that you're watching on, because that's a huge favor that we are asking you. And definitely some help for not only the sport to grow, but also our own little media to grow. Right, Mike?
Yeah, that would be very nice. We would like to grow from a little media to a big media, along with the sport. When the sport grows from a little sport to a big sport, we could grow along with it. Wouldn't that be perfect?
Yes.
And you're going to get to hear our voices for many more years to come. Maybe even commentating the Olympics one day.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Definitely getting way ahead of myself here. But, you know, since the Olympics is in everybody's mind and in everybody's mouth, I might as well just throw it out. But, yeah, I doubt that will ever happen. Not the sport, but me commentating.
I don't see why not, Mike, but we are going to have to prepare for the next race, and that's the... Hold on. Is that final C already?
We're looking at a C final here coming up at 11:08, Masters 50 plus.
Absolutely. Master 50 plus, that's final C. So it's not the big one, guys.
So nobody's
but it's
out.
Still something with some big names still, with the Guy Mottram, with Wolfgang Kennel, with Jürgen Kress, Kolb Tamas, Etre Tot, Gabor Szagi, that's also a name that we've seen a lot in the past 3 days. Gabor Zeta Helier from Hungary in lane number 8. And who's got the best start? That's Jürgen Kress that I've just mentioned in lane number 5 from Germany.
Is he borrowing Peter Weidert's board? Kind of looks like it, black and yellow.
Yeah,
They probably did
black and yellow board there.
Doing a little sport sharing there, the guys.
Yeah, Jürgen Kress, but it looks like lane number 2 or 3.
Oh, way ahead, yeah.
Lane number 3, Bojan Bostanchik. I believe Bojan lives in the US. I think he's from San Francisco. I think I met him on Lake Tahoe and maybe Hood River. Guys, if you are watching from the US or from Slovenia, if you could confirm that. I'm pretty sure Bojan.
Oh, then I know. I met him at the. I had a little. If that's the guy that I'm thinking about, I talked to a guy from Slovenia on the beach here, and he said he goes to Hood River. He's been to Maui, and that's that. I think it's a guy, and he's in the lead right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I remember him now. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, San Francisco.
Absolutely, Bojan, and he's got a nickname. Can you guys give me Bojan's nickname? He's got a nickname. I don't want to say anything stupid, but he's got a nickname based on his first name, and is definitely known on the Californian SUP racing circuit.
Yeah, because if you don't guys tell us, then we're gonna make one up.
It's got something with. Yeah, there's definitely Bo in there, but it's not Bojan.
Maybe Boy. B-O-J.
Puyi Bojan.
Well, but he's doing really well here. Our nicknameless Slovenian, doing really well. Definitely several seconds ahead to second place.
All right. So.
And then the group behind there.
Bojan in front on the starboard. Slovenian national, but San Francisco based. Last time we checked, anyway. With coming up on the Aqua Ink board there. I thought there was an SIC board. It's same colors as the Atlantis, but no, it's an Aqua Ink. And that's a Gabor Sagi. Nice little turn there by Bojan. All right. What we've got now, lane number 6, that's Kolb Tamas from Hungary. Bojan aiming for buoy number 5 now on the starboard sprint. Good technique there. This guy trains a lot. Bojan Bostancic. Go Bojan, Slovenia. I've got someone rooting for Bojan here on the Total SUP Facebook live stream. But yeah, no, I do remember Bojan's got a nickname. Come on.
Are we still on this nickname? Sorry, I had to step out here for a moment.
We are still, because I see someone
Am I missing
cheering
something?
from...
Did somebody fall or something?
No.
See, I leave, nothing happens. Why don't I just go and have lunch now?
No alien invasion.
Oh, now somebody fell. See, look, number 6 fell.
I'm giving up.
Well,
man.
look at this. I'm just like, that's the Hungarian.
Yeah, he fell before. I remember him being in that position
patting on
before.
his knees.
That's Kolb Tamas. He fell in previous races. Still managing to qualify for the C final. But yeah, he's on his knees. And got back up while Bojan is cruising away to the finish line. Well, first of all, he's going to have to pass the 7th buoy and leave it on his left, and in the back, no more fights. No more fights for qualification anyway. It's a fight for ranking.
Yeah, let's have some stats here real quick. So the first in the C final will be in place number 17. We established that yesterday, yeah? And the last in final B will be 16th, and so on. I'm going to need a spreadsheet for that. I can't wait to see the final results of everything.
Well, we got Mike in the top 4 there.
Yeah, good job, gentlemen. Putting it down for the 50 plus.
Go Bojan.
Bojan looking good. Pulling through.
Bojan, winner of the C final.
By quite a bit, by seconds and seconds.
By a good margin. And fight for second place is on with only 30 meters to cover, but lane number 8 has got the upper end.
Szerdai Gábor végül
Yeah,
And
lane
that
number
is
8 against lane number 1.
Gabor Szedahely, and another Gabor is in third. That's Gabor Szagi.
pörgővastag
Two Hungarians, and arriving in fourth.
szintén megérdemli.
That's lane number 4, Wolfgang Canoe
From Germany.
from Germany.
Finished in the final scene. And Volt Tamás is arriving on the 5th place. Volt Tamás megérkezik 5-ként. Egy kis fürdés
Lane
után.
6, lane 2, crossing the line, lane 7.
Tóth Etre a 7. helyen végez a C-döntőben. Gratulálunk! És Jürgen Kressz érkezik.
And that's the fall from
C-legyenet.
Kolb Tamas earlier on,
there
bib
you go.
number 634. Wild Boyan looking pretty fit there for a 50 plus guy. That's
Más.
And then there's a lonely guy there on the race course.
pretty strong pattern. I would have expected there Boyan to actually qualify for slightly more competitive finals, maybe B, maybe A. He must have fallen in the previous in the quarterfinals or in the semi-finals yesterday.
And there are we standing here. So guys, we are with C final, we're following with the B final, and then C and B final for the 40 man, and then C and B for the juniors, and then 2 C finals. We're wrapping it up just before lunch with the open men and women, before we're going to take about a 45-minute break. And off they are the next one. That's the next C, the B final 50 plus. Who we got here? B final 50 plus. I think I recognize some name here. Yes,
Yeah, some
Fritjof.
friends of yours.
We have the Fritjof Zach is in here, and Guido Donce, who disappointingly missed the A final, if I remember that correctly here from earlier this morning. So we have the Swiss and the German in here, and then also Thomas Straubel in lane number 5 as well, also from Germany.
Ofia Ram in lane number 3, now in 4th position with the yellow hat and the black board. But check out Guido Donze, great cadence for the Swiss, who seems to be virtually in 1st position right now, and angling his board towards the buoy number 1, still in the lead, with on his right Fritjof from Germany, and
Yeah, looking
Andrew
almost better than this
Siewierski
morning.
from Poland. Yeah, much better looking
Much better
Fritjof
looking this morning.
than this morning. We don't really know what happened to Fritjof this morning. Actually, he looked like he got stuck in at the start on the start line. He's usually a pretty good sprinter, but this is his second chance to shine, and second and last, because this is the last race for these B finalists. Andrzej Zimierski had an unfortunate fall also this morning. He was in very good position on his way to an A final qualification. Unfortunately, finished last earlier on just because he had a very bad fall at buoy number 1. Fritjof on the NSP there in the lead with Guido Donze in 2nd position, and on the Oxbow, Andrzej Zimierski. Check out this slow motion turn at buoy number 1. And there we go, Fritjof in the lead on the NSP, lane number 2, followed by Guido Donze. So it's Germany, Switzerland, Poland. Who have we got in 4? That's Ofir Ram from Israel, with the yellow hat and the black board. All right, nice stability there for Ofir. That is, if Giorgio Maggi from Italy doesn't push him out of the way. Actually, there's the battle going on now between Giorgio Maggi and Ofir Ram, while Fritjof, who couldn't qualify for the big final earlier on, is in the lead, followed by the Swiss paddler Guido Donze.
Too bad it's not an A final. I would have loved to see that.
Absolutely, this is.
But yeah, they were not definitely doing not that good there. I was really hoping to see them in that A final, and now they're dominating the B final, which is also, of course, a little bit of a gratification. I can see that that's still stoked on that. And look at this weather, people. Look at the beautiful backdrop here of the trees and the promenade. Sunday morning, just before lunchtime in Balatonfüred. Almost looking forward to one last lunch here at one of those little cabins.
Here comes the Oxbow board from the Polish athlete Andrzej Siemiaski in third position. And what a beautiful, we're so lucky with the weather. What a beautiful sight we've had over the past 4 days here on Lake Balaton. And once again, a big thank you to the ICF for putting together this great event and this great show, as well as the Hungarian Canoe Federation, one of the largest canoe federations in the world. Lots of volunteers from actually other national canoe federations, people from the Ukraine, people from Poland, coming from their own country to lend a hand in the organization of this superb.
Even we have quite a German contingency here. The starter actually at the pontoon is Ole Schwarz's dad, a long-time active canoe paddler and SUP paddler. We have lots of referees out here on the boat that flew in from Germany. So it is an international affair, even behind the scenes. And look at us, we have a Spanish-French commentator and a Swiss-Hawaiian commentator, or a Swiss exiled Swiss commentator, so that's really cool. We have people from everywhere. It's a great meeting point here, catching up with some old familiar faces and friends. Yeah. And Fritjof and Guido really showing making their case here, coming in here looking strong, pretty much by themselves. So well done, gentlemen, and your Balaton grind is over with this nice place 1 and place 2. And then look in the back here, we got like 3 guys coming here, like really, that's number 5, 4, and 3 here. Really kind of like, hey, you know what? Like there is still some bragging rights here to be fought for.
And Ofiram in lane 3, crossing the line with Henrik Karstens from Denmark in 7th position, and Gary Van Ryen finishing up the race. We've got Thomas King. Thomas King is with us on the Facebook live stream. Hello, Thomas. Tom King, the king of surfing back in South Africa. And unfortunately, we haven't seen Thomas or Tarin busy with babies and busy with surfing down in South Africa. They did really well in Qingdao back in 2019. And Yvette from South Africa told me yesterday that Tarin won recently the national championships on longboard surfing. Well done to her. But we would have preferred to have seen those guys over here because they are such a friendly bunch. And they were rooting for Gary Van Ryen in this B final. What's coming up, Mike?
C final 40 plus. Let me pull up my screen here, or we have, as we see the times here from the gentleman here with Fritjof there with a 5:42, and the man C final 40 plus. Oh, look at this. I see a lot of similar looking flags here. I see a lot of Hungarian flags. I see 3 Austrian flags. I see a Netherlands, and I see 1 Czech Republic. And Oscar Ruiz, very well known in the total SUP team, of course.
In the Spanish SUP world more than anything.
Yes, it definitely appears like. And now you got all the juniors. And they are off with a little look at the number 4 guy there, Holger Hassenflug with the choke grip there, but it doesn't look like it's doing any good service because he is falling behind pretty hard here, pretty quick and hard.
But in the front, it looks like lane number 3, Szabolcs Nagy has got the upper end with also on his right, lane number 5, Daniel Punz from Austria. But Szabolcs is pushing hard, a bit too much flashing to my taste for that leading athlete, Szabolcs Nagy, but he is strong looking as we are arriving 40 meters away from the first buoy, the also crucial first buoy to be well positioned at in order to try and maintain a good position within the race.
Yeah, and they got the 2 local boys there in the lead here with Gabor Szabo and Szabolcs Nagy.
Yes,
I need to move to this country here just to get those names down better and just to kind of like get the flow. Szabolcs Nagy and Gabor Szabo. That just sounds almost the same.
Well, there's at least one word that we know in Hungarian, right?
Gratular.
Fairly. Okay. Bless you.
No, that's gratulations.
Okay.
So you got it.
I thought you were sneezing there, man. What's just happened?
Gratular.
Do you want a tissue or something? Well,
see you. What was the see you again?
It's not see you. It's good morning and goodbye. It's see ya. It's hello.
See ya.
Hello
Yeah, it sounds like see you. So that's kind of like how to try to remember this.
Absolutely.
See you. See ya. More slang. See ya.
All right.
Okay, back to the race here, people.
Szabolcs Nagy in the lead in this B final in the 40+ men category. And we've got some people watching from Israel, rooting for Ofiram in the previous final, the B final of the 50+ men category. That's Michal Moshe and Ravid Retting. Michal is telling me that Ofiram is a board shaper. Did you know that, Mike?
I did not know that, but that's pretty cool.
Thank you very much,
for giving
Michal
that
Moshe. Ofiram that I saw for breakfast this morning as well. I had a couple of words with him. Very recognizable gentleman with his fluorescent yellow hat. All right, but back to the 40+ men
Looks
race.
like the top 3 guys are pretty much a league on their own right now. Here from the window, and there's quite a gap between the rest of the pack. So that's 4. So we. And may I point out that I'm only seeing 7 paddlers, but I have 8 lanes, or am I just losing my count here? There's 4 guys, there are 3 up front, so we're missing. Do we miss a guy here? Mathieu, can you? How many people? I see 3 up front, 4 paddling in the game.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so we're missing 1 guy.
And talking about missing persons, I don't have any news from Daniel, so I'm getting a little bit worried.
I hope they're okay.
If someone is listening to us and is on location and knows something, maybe, and it's something obviously that you can share in terms of news. I would obviously don't want to divulge any private matters, but it's very disconcerting to not see Daniel and Bruno showing up in their homeland on the last day of the competition.
Absolutely.
When only yesterday evening they were telling us that they were really looking forward to starting this morning on the in the semi-finals of this of the technical race. So yeah, they are also very 2 dear friends, and I don't have any news, so I'm gonna try again on the messenger. But if you know what's going on, we know that their dad was stuck in Portugal for some reason, and I don't know if that's related. Anyway, I'm not gonna play any gossip.
Starting the gossip here,
no
the
idea.
rumors.
But
not here. That's all we know.
But I mean, they were looking, fairly relaxed until now, so, and very motivated. So it's just a very big surprise not to see those top guys who have prepared for this event as their main objective throughout the year, especially since it's
in their home lake.
In their homeland, home lake of Lake Balaton, Hungary. To see them. So yeah, if you know anything, please come up, and we'll be discreet if we have to be, of course.
Oh, in the meanwhile, lane number 8 there, and that is Czechoslovakia's Jaroslav Sukup, really wanting to get into that second place, which he just did by passing Hungary's Gabor Szabo, not catching the number 1, Mr. Nagy there. Just clinching that second place.
Michael Durschlag arriving on the 4th place in the final C, and on the 5th place.
Nice slow motion action here, and you can see the promenade over there in the background. That's pretty much where we are right now.
Yeah.
Actually, the production crew, you could, we could say hi to the camera if you want. If you were turning your cameras on that first tower, we'd be very happy to wave behind our windows. That's just in case Gabor, our production director, is listening to us. We were actually jumping on our on our chairs earlier on,
which I have a picture of. I just haven't posted it yet.
You did?
I saw you, like, of course. Mathieu is standing on the chair there, because actually we get a little bit of a blocked view when it gets crowded, and we are looking down to the start line. We can't really see from the window, which we technically don't even really have to, because we have a screen, of course, but still it's so exciting that you're kind of like you're gravitating towards the action than rather towards the screen. That's just how excited we are with all of that.
Yeah, I got carried away with Bodie Van Almen, thinking that he was getting his qualification to the big final, but no, just for the open man the qualification changed, and he was just one in each. But you could hear the love, I'm sure, for us lighting Final B, right? Of the Master 40 plus.
And a colorful array of flags here.
Artem Avramenko, who had an unfortunate semi-final in lane number 1. Timo Hage in lane number 4. We've got Andrei Spelik in lane number 5, but it looks like lane number 8 has got a good start. Tomas Varnas from Lithuania. Artem Avramenko, I think he wants it really, really bad, because he was in that 4th position until he fell and lost his 4th place earlier on. He's in the lead right now, lane number 1, and he's got the best lane, I guess, for in terms of position for that first buoy placement. Artem Avramenko from Ukraine in the lead, very, very strong paddler. Slightly disappointed, or very much disappointed, to not make it to the big final. And in second position right now we've got Timo Hage from Germany, while on the Mistral board there Attila Hubik is in 3rd, while Tomas Varnas from Lithuania is in 4th, Jan Slamek from the Czech Republic in 5th, and in 7th Mikhail Frosch from Austria.
And then behind there, disappearing in my view, is
Andrei Spelik and Thomas
Look at the screen there, look. Oh my gosh.
Attila Hubik.
This field is getting completely reshuffled.
From the Mistral board there, losing some very, very precious positions. He's very, very slow at climbing back up.
Our guy on Mistral here was just looking so well, and what's going on here?
And who?
Yeah, look at this, number 4 is falling. So Timo Hage there falling.
Oh no,
kind of holding
Attila just gave up. He just gave up.
And then the guy behind him fell, and then this.
That's Attila. Yeah, he just gave up. He could see himself go and couldn't do anything to recover his balance. So he he really suffered from that fall and is now standing in last position on the Mistral board there, while Artem Avramenko is having an easy ride, an easy cruise up in front, also on the Mistral board. Bib number 462, lane number 1, Artem Avramenko, who definitely deserved to be in that big final, but he made the wrong mistake at the wrong time. Obviously, a 1 kilometer course is a very, very short distance to make any mistakes. So anything that you do that is not according to what you've planned can be very, very costly. Artem Avramenko reaching buoy number 4 there. Nice turn. He's got a 50-meter lead on
That's number 2 there, Czech Republic's Jan
Sramek. And the Nash board, the only Nash board we've seen.
The only Nash board in the entire competition. And you think how much pioneer work they put in 10 years ago. It was only Nash boards. You go to a lake, there's a Nash flag and the Nash board. And over, everywhere, all the time, anytime. And they're all foiling now, I guess.
Well, it could be a wake-up call for Robbie Nash actually watching this, because this is a new chapter, as we've said a few times.
And the sport is growing even more now.
The sport, lots of people said, okay, foiling is here, wing foiling is here, nobody paddles. Well, while you're flying away on your foil boards, you've got lots of kids, and not just kids, but lots of new countries, new faces who wants it, and the fact that the sport is opening up to a very well organized world canoe structure. That means that lots of kids in clubs that have been established for years in lots of countries are coming, and it's showing already. It's when you've got the 2 Russians on the top of the podium in a sprint competition, in the open women, and other countries showing up on the podium, like Hungary yesterday with Reka Slekta, with the Greek Penny in the 50+ women category. You know that this is not stopping, and we are not stopping Stand Up Magazine and Total SUP, because we've got so many human stories to tell you guys. We've seen so many champions and interesting human beings that where the story goes on as well for us. And thank you very much, the ICF, once again, for giving us this huge opportunity to commentate the event non-stop for the past 4 days.
And it's been so much fun. You think like, I was just thinking to myself, this is the last day. I could do this another 3 days. Like, just keep going.
Well, the thing is, now we wouldn't even have to look at our starting sheet, because we've
like everybody, we know everybody.
We know them. Check out Artem Avramenko. I don't even have to look at the app anymore. Artem from the Ukraine on the Mistral, reaching the finish line in first position in this second, in this medium final B, followed by Jan Slamek from the Czech Republic, and the Nash board arriving in third.
Not quite yet, because lane number 7.
There's a fight going on. Check out what's happening.
Michael Frosch. We're going to need to see the line there, because he might have just muscled himself there into third.
Yes, his cadence was definitely much faster, and he came back very fast. Onto Andrei Spelix on the Nash board. But Nash. Let's talk about Nash a bit. We're talking Kaileni, we're talking about Kasper Stenfeld, we're talking about some guys who've made some incredible, who've been incredible ambassadors for the sport, and Kasper Stenfeld still is absolutely.
We miss him here. We miss him definitely here.
We miss you, Kasper.
Yeah, if you're watching.
A lot. And he must have been watching those sprint races. I don't know if he what he could have.
We just missed this, we were getting carried away here, people, and we just saw this little, he checked the screen.
Hey, here we are. Here we are. Where is that? Where is it? It's here. It's over there.
There's the guy. It's the guy.
Come on, jump. Let's go on the chat. Hello, guys.
Here we are. We get
Hi, everyone.
Stop.
Come on, zoom in.
Thank you, Gabor.
Thank you, Gabor.
Oh,
and
we just
hi,
got the best
everyone.
production director here. He's so cool. The Hungarian James Bond there, as we've seen him on the Facebook page.
Gabor was telling us to watch the screen, and I thought we were being told off for not watching who was arriving in third position, but no, that was just because he
we're getting
wanted
too political there.
to see our faces. There's nothing political about saying that Nash is nowhere to be seen on the stage, and maybe again it's a wake-up call maybe for this one of the best manufacturers in water sports, seeing that this sport is nowhere to be to dying.
And there is a lot of talent out there you might want to have on your board. And speaking of talents, there is the final B with the junior man, which I see only Antonio Serrera in lane number 5. Everybody else must be in the number 1 final. And we have Tristan de Klerk here in lane number 4, who just missed that A final there. We have also Ben Tusche from Berlin. His dad is also a very active canoe person, speaking of volunteers from across the world.
But you know who I'm rooting for, right, Mike?
No, not a clue.
Well, for Flem, of course, from Thailand, lane number 1, Natapat Koman has got the best start here. How many falls did he have yesterday, the poor guy?
Poor people. Am I looking at the wrong sheet? Yes, I am. I'm sorry, guys.
On a couple of occasions, he could have...
Yes, of course I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
He could have made it to the top yesterday, but he's definitely back on form today to shine in this C final. Flem from Thailand with lots of Thai people watching the Total SUP Facebook stream here. Wow, he's got a 30-minute lead.
He's already gone.
Over Ioannis Kyriakis from Greece and Lasse Sarteg from Germany. But wow, this guy, you know what? Yesterday
he's still pissed, man. He's like, he was able to kind of materialize his frustration into all this pedal power that we see right now. Because look at him, he is going like it is the end of the time.
It's definitely not same but different. Here is totally different today for Natapat Koman, aka Flem. On the starboard, inflatable board, reaching number 2 there with a 30-meter lead over any competition right now. The 15-year-old from Thailand, he is flying away to victory. Let's make sure that we don't call the shots too early, because we were definitely rooting for him yesterday.
Yeah, but I'm counting a 12-second lead there. Just counted between myself, and that'd be actually a cool feature to have, like the seconds between the guys. But I counted about 12 seconds between Flem passing buoy number 2 until the next guy came. So yeah, look at this, and now he's going to buoy number 3. And if you want to do this for yourself at home, you can kind of like guesstimate the seconds he's leading, and it's a march.
And one piece of advice for Flem in the future, we know that you're good at buoy turn, that you're gonna have to practice with lots of people around you, because that's what you were struggling with yesterday, Flem. So you're gonna have to go back to training and make sure that you do the same thing, but with 4 or 5 guys around you and splashing water. And
speaking of falling,
absolutely, in the back of the race,
it's a little carnage going on.
Yeah, just before buoy 3. Whoa, beautiful. We're gonna have to see that in slow motion. That was amazing. That was like one paddle turn there, one stroke turn for Flem from Thailand, and hopefully we're gonna see more of those Thai athletes in the future, with a few events coming. Growing and getting international status in Thailand, pushed by Daniel Sulio and the starboard team, who are behind the scenes for many of those events. I'm thinking, of course, of one of the leg of the SUP 11 City Tour worldwide. I think that happened once in Thailand, and obviously in the middle of a pandemic, so didn't have as much exposure as planned, but it's definitely going, and that and other things that Daniel Suyo and the starboard team are putting together, and this is a fantastic opportunity for for Flem to shine the C final. We've got 2 more finals in the junior men coming up, the B1, and after lunch the big one with some very, very strong Spanish paddlers, but not only. And make sure that you stay with us to see all the big action coming up on this last day of live broadcast and of racing here on Lake Balaton, Hungary.
Very well. And we get to see a little bit of a preview from the afternoon also, with 2 C finals in the open, one for the men and one for the women. And then we're definitely going to have some appetite after that, not only for the whole A finals, but maybe also for one more nice lunch from here across from our commentator. But I really have to compliment on the food around here. That is very well done to the cooks and chefs. The chefs around here are doing a good job.
And
our Flem is just turning in here. He's coming lonely and fast down the middle here, as the second one just did his buoy turn now. So I want to say, what's that, like 20 seconds by now?
Mike, I'm a little bit concerned on a little technical thing here. No, don't worry.
Did you miss out on something again?
You can breathe, we can relax. It's a minor detail, but it's not so much for the viewers. I can see there's an hour gap between the last final C and the first A final.
That means we get to eat.
Yes, but that also means there's a question for the production crew that could maybe Adam Collins, listening to us right now, could get back to me on this ASAP. I want to know if we're keeping the same stream, or if we are having a stream interruption for an hour. An hour is long. We had a 20-minute break and we kept the same stream, but this is an hour long. This is the first time this is happening in 4 days. So I just want to make sure that the people who are looking, especially on TotalSUP.com, I know there's no other player on there. So if there is one, I need to give the information to the viewers for them not to be struggling at 1 o'clock looking for their top guys to compete. Thank you, production crew. All right, and the start replay. Look at Flem. Check out this textbook Bruton. That's not the one that I wanted to see, but
still nice.
Still super nice, super efficient. It even gets to see how much of a lead he's got in the back, and that fall from Patryk Motiowski, the Hungarian. And check out, that's the one. Look at this. One stroke turn. Whoa, I love it. I remember that name, Flem. You know, it hasn't got the muscles yet, so wait until you start doing some push-ups and some ab work. He's coming, guys. He's definitely part of the top youngsters. Flem wearing the blue starboard hat. Yeah, and
26 seconds he had on Yannis.
That's just a huge.
That's huge.
And a big Sawadee krap to all the Thai people. We love you guys. All right, next.
Here we are. That's what I called out earlier. That's where I was like 1 page ahead already with Antonio Serrera from Spain,
yes.
And then Tristan de Klerk, who missed actually the A final there. They all, and then I think you're better with the Spanish memory. Antonio, how far was he behind there?
Well, my money goes for Antonio, and I believe he's going to do exactly the same thing as he did in the sprint, as in win the B final by a margin.
You can watch him right now on lane number 5.
And this is him going. You know, he's angry. He's angry against himself. He doesn't understand why, with all the work he's put into the racing so far, he didn't make it either the final A of the sprints or the technical race. He didn't do the long distance precisely to focus on those 2 events. And here he is showing that he did deserve a place in the A final. And once he gets that to get that first buoy first, I think it's just going to be cruising. And what an unfortunate event for Antonio. But hopefully I will have said his name enough for the world to remember that Antonio Serrera from Noja, Cantabria, is definitely one to count with for the future of our sport. And lane number 1, Imre Ksanki from Hungary, is way behind already, 5 meters.
Group of 3 pulling up in behind him there. Look at that. These 3 guys are all battling for who's going to be the next one behind Antonio on the buoy. Look at this. And it's another textbook buoy turn. Beautiful. Speaking of textbook buoy turn. And then, that was not textbook there. And that, who we got there? That's number 2. That was Dominic Blasco. With a little bit of a hectic footwork there, I want to say.
Yeah, but this is the second time I see him do that. Actually, he definitely goes back to the back of his board and
jumps there. Yeah, that's that
moonwalk. That moonwalk turn. That's him who did that yesterday. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not sure what board is that though. It's an aquamarina board. Okay. And in second position with the German, right? Or Alberto Casella, sorry.
Alberto Casella, yes.
The Italian Alberto Casella.
I'm missing out on the Germans here. Where is Tristan and Ben?
Well, we know they are strong finishers. Tristan is currently sitting in 5th position with the orange board short over there. But Antonio Serrera, the Spanish with... got a little bit of a joke about this yesterday with the spandex.
I had the spandex conversation.
And is definitely very much in front.
Yeah, that number 2, you got to work on your buoy turns there, buddy. Dominic Blasco.
And I think Tristan de Klerk from Germany is making a move, positioning himself from 5th to 4th position now. And Antonio Serrera, once again, is gonna have to stick to best of the rest position, winning that B final just like he did yesterday in the sprint. I mean, in the sprints, I think he had a 20-meter lead in 200 meters in the B final. So it was this morning. It was punching the water like super. Looking at the sky and wondering why the curse was on him in this race, in this 4-day event. He didn't manage to pull himself.
Oh, and we have a fall there. You didn't see it on the camera, but on buoy number 4 turn, we had somebody fall, and that will definitely put him in last, as he had to swim for his board there for a minute, climbing back up. Not sure who that was.
Actually, I'm
and now his number is gone on his board, so we're going to have to go back to Mathieu's face recognition.
Face recognition mode. You know who Antonio Serrera reminds me of? Noé Gariou. He's got that, he's very thin and tall, and he's got that huge reach, and he's got that, obviously, the backwards hat. Antonio Serrera was much younger than Noik, so hopefully this comparison will bring him luck, as I really think this kid deserves more from the competition, but he's got a chance to come back to the top of his game in 1 year's time in Gdynia, Poland. This was announced earlier on in the weekend. The ICF SUP Worlds 2022 will take place in Poland, Gdynia.
Yes, did they give us a date on that note, by the way? Was there a date on that presentation?
Yeah, let's
It's probably
find
going to
out.
be around the same time of the year, would be my guess, somewhere in that'd be
check.
good to find out. You have that info.
I downloaded the poster earlier on, and no date is on the poster right now.
No date yet.
Just said 2022 Gdynia. I haven't been to Poland, so I can't really tell you what Gdynia is like. What I've seen is definitely a great presentation of on a PowerPoint, and it looks good.
And
Antonio Serrera
here, lonely and fast.
from Noja is crossing and is pointing his finger at the audience and at the sky. He did deserve a better ranking, but he's there winning this B final just like he did yesterday in the sprints. And
I'm just getting a note here from the head of media. No date confirmed yet for Poland, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in some of the month where we have weather like this.
And Imre Ksanki has just crossed the line number 1, as well as Alberto Casella from Italy in 3rd. There's a battle for the 4th place with an advantage for lane number 8, Jakub Buska. Shoulder to shoulder with Dominic Blasco. Good fight. Tristan de Klerk finishing not as good as I expected in 7th. And from Germany, and the last one to cross the line is Jan Sestak Jr. from the Czech Republic.
And
Antonio Serra. Oh, it's not
Ben
the last
Touche
one.
from Sam with on lane number 7.
Ben Touche, who did manage to qualify yesterday for that B final, and check out Antonio Serra. Doesn't he look like Noik?
He's got something.
That.
Or is it just the NSB hat?
He's got the no, because Noik is on Sanova. But yeah, he's got the backward hat for sure. But tall and slim, with a pretty good technique as well. Coming up,
ladies,
the C final of the Open Women race. So some more familiar names, with the likes of Holly Pye from England, Sara Kovacs from Hungary, Noemi Horvat from Hungary, Zoe Remolina from Spain, Malgorzata Cieplinska from Poland, Erika Reville from France, Maja Dolzan from Slovenia, and Olga Merkulova from Russia. White flags are up. Ready, set, and go! Lane number 6 had a pretty good start, and that's Sara Kovacs from Hungary. While we're looking at lane number 1, Zoe Remolina from Spain. In the middle, we've got Erika Reville pushing very hard on the NSP ball there from France. An unknown face in France, actually, given that she lives in Spain and is always surrounded by Spanish people. But she's definitely in the lead there. Erika Reville, lane number 4, pushing really, really hard. She's got that snake technique.
Yeah, look at this technique. Wow.
And
look at that spine. It's so fluid.
Absolutely.
That's impressive work from Erika.
Watch out for your back, though, Erika. That looks that looks tough. She's very, very low on her posture is really, really low. So she's definitely using those legs. She's got very athletic legs, actually. On the NSP there, Erika Reville in first position. Lane number 8, Olga Merkulova from Russia is trying to make a comeback at the top of the race, with the Noemi Horvat from Hungary in 3rd position right now. And behind them, it's lane number 1, Zoe Remolina from Spain, and Sara Kovacs from Hungary. Erika Reville in that C final of the junior. The Open Women.
For Erika, and then it gets a little bit convoluted there. Everybody digging with their paddles.
Pie there. Lane number 5.
Everybody coming in, no worries. Lane number 7, they're struggling a little bit with Maja Dolsa. And Erika Reville really gaining now on the field, as she is just approaching buoy number 2 and then taking that slight right turn to buoy number 3. And forming a nice little train. We have the best of the rest, as Mathieu would say, there in the back. Those 3, they're really close. But crossing buoy number 2 now. And we have Erika here in the picture, battling it out with Noemi from number 3. And Noemi is actually gaining on her. You see that? Noemi is making a move. And it's going to come down to the beauty of this buoy turn, looking good. But Noemi is definitely, a little touch there, and Noemi's just having to turn, she's got the backside turn, she's doing that crossbow stroke, which is always a little harder, and Zoe Remolina coming along there really well. So those 3 there, the last word might not be spoken, although when you go look at the stretches there, and out of my window here, it looks a little different than it looks on the screen. the distance is, the gap is closing there between the two leading gals there.
Yeah, and you know who's making a huge comeback? It's Zoe de Molina. She was 5th at the first buoy, now she's in 3rd position. She's got that inside turn opposed to Noemi Horvat, so she might be going for a 2nd position. Not entirely sure. She wasn't super quick at turning, but Erika Reville is in front. The French girl reaching buoy number 5. This is Noemi Horvat from lane number 3 on the starboard, and Zoe de Molina from Spain is chasing the Hungarian, while Erika Reville right now taking her time to position herself at the back of her board. Very granny-like turn by Noemi,
right.
absolutely, and that's where at one of those turns that Zoe de Molina could make a move if she wanted to be ranked higher. And this is Holly Pye, 24-year-old Holly Pye from Plymouth, UK women's 200 meter sprint winner, as well as 2nd place in the long distance. She started paddling back in 2015, and guess who was her big inspiration to start paddling?
Mary Buchanan.
No, her brother. Her brother. She just watched her brother compete at the ISA Worlds in Copenhagen in 2017, and she thought, this is definitely something I could do as well. And here she is in 4th position, Holly Pye. She was at the back of the pack in that first stretch of water all the way to the first buoy, but she's coming back now in 4th position, so she could be making a move onto Zoe de Molina, the Spaniard, in the last sprint if she wanted to rank higher. This is final C, so obviously not a huge amount of prize money to be earned in this final. Since it's the small final, and we'll move on afterwards to the medium final. That will happen after lunchtime. We're going to have an hour gap, but Erika Reville on the NSP leading from start to finish. Very, very strong paddler, someone to definitely be reckoned with in the future. Young girl, strong girl, training hard with Oscar Ruiz, followed by Noemi Horvat, who's definitely trying something all the way to the finish line, but that won't be enough for her to catch up with a French girl and Spanish athlete Zoe de Molina arrives in 3rd, while Holly Pye, great technique there by Holly, crossing the line in 4th, and in 5th that's Olga Merkulova from Russia. In 6th that's lane 6, Sarah Kovacs, and then it's Maya Dolzan and Malgorzata Cieplinska from Poland to finish off this C final. The C final of the men's is coming up, so some big names as well here. Wow. Some pretty strong names. We've got Paolo Marconi coming up, but
your French friend Tom
Aubert, wow, didn't have the best of the he didn't pull out his best racing
and Fernando
until now.
Perez from Spain.
Yeah, very strong young athlete as well, a new face on the international scene. We've got Blue Ewer that I've known from SUP Portugal 2016, I believe. He was only 15 then, he's 19 now. His dad's got a shop in Devon, a water sports shop in Devon. I think it's called Reactive Sport. Big shout out to his dad, probably watching right now. The Ewer family, pretty active in the SUP world, in the southwest of England. All right, who else have we got? Blue Ewer, Matej Smida, Tom Aubert, Paolo Marconi, Fernando Perez, Ivan Yulitenko from Ukraine, Fiadon Dukas from Greece, and Benjamin Morham from the UK, or from Great Britain rather. Great Britain. All right. I'd be surprised if Paolo Marconi and Tom Aubert were not.
That's number 5 pulling off there. Fernando Perez getting nicely out of the gates here. But then again, it's a tough perspective. But I definitely see that NSP board there with the 5 on it.
Yeah, and in line number 3, that's Tom Aubert pushing really, really hard next to Fernando Perez, and actually leading the race now, the Frenchman from Le Havre, Tom Aubert in first position now. Good technique from the Frenchman. I'm really, really surprised he didn't do more in the long distance, especially since he loves gliding so much. He's a very, very strong paddler, always a top 10 Euro Tour paddler, very, very often so, top 5. And Tom Aubert on the Fanatic board there, lane number 3 in first position, followed by Blue Ewer, the 19-year-old from Devon, England. Third, we've got the Spanish guy, Fernando Perez from Spain then, and Matej Smida in 4th. But
Tom Aubert really making a move now.
in lane 7, Ferdinand Ducasse is taking the outside and getting back to the level of Fernando Perez, but obviously being on the outside is no advantage in such a short course. And Tom Aubert, I'd rather say unsurprisingly, in the lead, followed by a very active Blue Ewer coming back really, really fast onto Tom's tail, the 19-year-old, and is actually checking behind him how far he's got. He's got exactly 1 full board length, so showing to the world that he's basically in a top 10 in this competition with 8 guys in the upcoming final A that we will have after lunch. Blue Ewer from England, and I'm surprised Paolo Marconi is probably in daddy mode already. Paolo hasn't had his best event, and we know he's a super strong paddler. He's about to be a daddy. With Zach Molinero, he's I guess as a partner, life partner. I was going to say wife, but they're not married yet anyway. And she's watching from the side. Tom Aubert, a very good windsurfer, wing foiler, and obviously SUP racer. Has been one of the top guys. He's got 2 French national title. Tom Aubert on the Fanatic there. He's been followed by the German brand Fanatic for a few years now, as well as Arthur Aridkin. That's one of the big names also missing today.
Absolutely missing,
Arthur
yes.
Aridkin from France, another very strong windsurfer as well. Tom Aubert should take the first place in this final B, and Blue Ewer on the JP board there from England. Fernando Perez has recovered his 3rd position. Where is Paolo Marconi? Here he is. He's really at the back in a 7th position. That's really strange to see Paolo Marconi in so far back, especially given this is the B final, and this is a name that you would expect to find in the big final. But obviously we've got some big names in the big finals, and the big surprise for the big final is Donato France. This is the biggest one, absolutely,
and call
the youngest guy to qualify for this final. We thought for a while that Bodie van Almen had made it, but that's not the case. We're actually Bodie is coming up. This is final C, and final B
that will be after the
coming
break.
later after the break for sure. Yeah. So many races. It's easy to get confused, but I think we did okay, Mike. Come on.
I think
Let
us know how we did here. If you're out there, let us know how we did. Let us know how you like your live cast here. The boys are putting on the show, and we're just talking about what we're seeing. And we looks like we got a great show here between Tom Aubert and number 5 there, Fernando Perez, battling it out for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Tom Aubert is the
Tom Aubert in the lead, and Blue Ewer in second.
Yeah, see?
With a last-minute attack from Fernando Perez that didn't bear its fruits in the last 150 meters.
And number 8 is making an attack on number 2 here. Where that is Englishman against the Slovenian, Slovakian Smida.
Slovak, I don't know if you say Slovakian or Slovak. Anyway, Benjamin Morham, and I do believe that Ben Morham is from the UK, actually trains in or lives in Fuerteventura. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You can add your comments on the Total SUP Facebook page. Wow, lots of Paolo Marconi, that's why. We missed that one. Paolo Marconi suffered
on the first buoy.
A huge fall on the first buoy and never quite recovered. Wow, on the rapid sub there. That's looks like a little bit of a circus action there. And Tom Aubert from Le Havre in France is finishing first. But I expected him to be at the very least in the B final, because he's one of France's top paddlers, and you know who he used to be friend and big rival, still is. It's Martin Vitry. Martin Vitry is missing as well from this competition. Martin Vitry is training as a surf instructor in the southwest of France as well, in Moliettes. If you know the place, that's near, not very far from Hossegor, about an hour and a half south of Bordeaux. And yeah, this guy's been working all summer and didn't have enough time to train and show up at the SCF SUP Worlds. Tom Aubert winning in 5 minutes and 7 seconds, close to 8 actually.
Yes, and it looks like with the nice panoramic shot here, this is going to conclude our morning broadcast, people. And after lunch, make sure you get your tummies full, because it's A finals, it's all A finals except for 2 B finals, which are the B final open women and B final open men. And other than that, we are looking at A finals, looking at the old guys first and then the medium guys. So yeah, all favorite paddlers are coming up. With this being said, we are gonna go offline here for a moment and tell everybody enjoy your lunch.
Yeah, make sure you're here at 1 o'clock when we start again. All right, thanks for watching.